Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Y'all know what it is. It is Friday. That means Seth Stokes. That means Ben McKee. That means Jason Swain. Live here from the Low T Center studio. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. You know what time it is. It is Friday, the best day of the week. 865-200-5503 is our telephone number. And joining us, as we'd like to do here on the Swain Event every Friday, Seth Stokes. Stokes, what is up? Good morning.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm ready to go, man. I've been ready for this football game for since last week. It's finally here. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ben, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You ready to make that drive?
Yep.
I'm ready to see how Tennessee's going to fare in Lexington. Hostile environment, a little chilly. Bowl game on the line. Good bowl game on the line. Coming off huge Tennessee football program news. And it's funny, Ben, we had this conversation yesterday. We like to call it Swain Event timing. Sometimes it's really, really good. Sometimes it's really, really bad when, like, we talk about something, we have a show, it ends at 10, and then, like, at 10:01, some news breaks. It's like, oh, they didn't want us to talk about that today. And then we have some good luck where, like, we're talking about a topic in detail, like we did yesterday about the NCAA and what happened at Oklahoma State with them getting a postseason ban and how to look at Tennessee's situation and whether you were nervous, whether you were confident, whether, you were indifferent. We had this whole conversation as if we knew that hours later
news would break that Tennessee was not going to self-impose a bowl ban. Oh, yeah. We did know. Ben, you knew. I'm gonna give you the credit, Ben. You knew. Because, hey, man, you the best. You the best, baby. You the best, man.
Fake news. But
you knew, Ben.
What came out yesterday doesn't really relate to our conversation yesterday, because the NCAA can still hit Tennessee if it so chooses to do so.
It does relate.
Just Tennessee isn't going to self-impose a bowl ban. Now, it looks like Tennessee may self-impose some other minor penalties. I don't really know what that would look like, but it does look like they'll self-impose some other little small things, but they will not self-impose a bowl ban. So we'll see if Tennessee firing its head football coach and 8 other staff members is sufficient enough for the NCAA. Hopefully it is, but yesterday's news doesn't really correlate with what we talked about yesterday, because the NCAA can still choose to punish or not punish Tennessee.
1,000% relates. But, yes, NCAA still can do what they want to do, but Tennessee has learned a lesson from Oklahoma State, is that you don't just roll over. You don't just roll over and say, all right, just punish us how you see fit. No, Tennessee is saying, listen, we are not going to punish our innocent kids. And we're taking words from you, NCAA, words that you use. We going straight from your mouth and what you said about how you don't want to punish innocent kids. And there's a lot of them on this football team. And there's a lot of kids that hit the transfer portal that was and is the reason why Tennessee was under investigation altogether. And so Tennessee said, no, we know we messed up. This is why we fired everyone that we fired. This is why you see other schools back a coach that is under fire, like a Will Wade. But no, we're not doing that. We are stepping forward and firing everyone. And listen, Tennessee was criticized for this, Stokes, and other folks praised Tennessee for this. It just depends on where you fall on the topic, but definitely relates to what we talked about, because Oklahoma State took one approach. Tennessee is taking a different approach. We'll see how it works out. But for right now, the investigation is over into Jeremy Pruitt, and Tennessee is like, hey man, we are not going to do a self-imposing bowl ban. We're going to reward our kids for the hard work they put in this season. And if they are eligible to go to a bowl, we'll go into a bowl, and we'll handle the other punishments as we go along, and we will punish ourselves. Stokes, how was it when you messed up in school or you messed up at home and you talked back to your mama, and your mama said, you know what, I ain't going to whoop you today. Your daddy said, I ain't going to whoop you. You know what I want you to do, Stokes? I want you to whoop yourself. Whoop yourself, Stokes. Did you ever whoop yourself? Did it ever work? Did it ever hurt?
That never happened.
Never happened?
That never happened. My parents never told me to punish myself. That now they told me to go pick out my own switch a time or two, and if I didn't come back with a good enough one, it was not pretty. But they never did tell me to punish myself. That would be a new concept on me.
Feels like that's what Tennessee's doing. They're kind of punishing themselves here. But hey, this is what big dogs do. This is what blue bloods do.
Yeah.
This is what you do when you are Tennessee football and you are not Missouri football. This is what you do. You say, yeah. We messed up. We'll handle it, and this is what we're gonna do.
Well, I also think people are forgetting that it fired its football coach and several other staff members. There was a lot of comments from people on social media yesterday outside of the Tennessee footprint saying that the recruiting violations were good enough to fire Jeremy Pruitt, but they're not big enough to self-impose a bowl ban. part of why Tennessee feels comfortable with where they're at is because they fired Jeremy Pruitt. They fired 8 other staff members. That is a punishment within itself. So and they got rid of the cancer within the organization. That is a punishment.
And not only did they fire those guys, but they may or may not have been the catalyst for some of the transfers.
Yes.
Let's also mention that Jeremy Pruitt was a terrible head coach, and those people that have criticized Tennessee for taking this stance, but firing everyone, those people are saying, well, of course you're going to fire them because they were losing.
Yeah.
But if Pruitt was winning, how would your approach be different? Will your approach be different? And many people feel like Tennessee would be fighting with Jeremy Pruitt instead of against Jeremy Pruitt right now if Pruitt was a better head coach. And I don't know that. I think we can speculate and say that we've seen other schools do the same. We've seen Tennessee fire a coach who was winning in Bruce Pearl. We saw that. Bruce Pearl's winning more than Lane Kiffin. The NCAA was down here before for Lane, and they fired Bruce Pearl, and Bruce Pearl was winning. So I can't sit here and say that, oh, yeah, Tennessee would back Pruitt if he was winning. But you have to kind of raise that question because we've seen other schools back their coach when they are caught in some mess only because they win. So you gotta add that to the conversation too.
No doubt about it. It's winning is the end all be all. Winning brings in more money. Winning gives you confidence to back your coach because then you're more apt to pour all your resources into protecting the winning. I think that plays a huge factor in it. But at the end of the day, Jeremy Pruitt was not a good head coach. He was not doing well, and he was cheating. And typically, cheating in college athletics tends to, produce pretty good results on the field, and that wasn't happening. So what? Clean slate this thing. Get rid of him. Get rid of everybody involved. Get rid of the players that were involved, and let's start fresh. And don't cooperate with the NCAA. Like let the NCAA do what they're going to do, because I think it's been proven time and time again that if you give the NCAA everything they want, they're still going to hammer you. Make it difficult for them.
Yep. The problem is you don't know what the NCAA is going to do if you cooperate with them, or if you don't cooperate with them. You don't know because they're so inconsistent in other cases. We've seen the NCAA slam a blue blood football program over a legal matter in Penn State, and then soften their stance like quick, fast, in a hurry because they knew that they came down heavy-handed. And it had nothing to do with the NCAA bylaws or any type of competitive advantage. The act was disgusting that happened there at Penn State. But like we saw NCAA slam Penn State. We saw the NCAA slam USC, and these are two traditional football powers. And that was literally the last time we've seen the NCAA really hit a program like that was Penn State and Southern Cal. But since then, in football and basketball, we haven't seen the NCAA swing that big stick. We've seen them swing the big stick at the smallest kid in the classroom. Like,
yes,
that's what we've seen them do since then. But they have not messed with North Carolina. They have not messed with Duke. They have not messed with Kansas. They have not messed with Georgia football that just behind the scenes dismissed a couple people in the recruiting office. and no one talked about it. Tennessee was under investigation for Maurice Mims. He goes to Georgia. No one blinks. No one blinked when we beat out Ole Miss for Drew Richmond. Like no one blinked. So it's a bunch of hypocrisy, like on all sides. And Here's Tennessee going, listen, man, we fired everybody. We're going to separate responsibility. We're going to punish ourselves. But punishing a bunch of kids, young men, that had nothing to do with it, it's an old way of thinking. It's just not fair. And again, the NCAA themselves made it clear, and VolQuest.com did a good job in their article pulling this from the NCAA website, and it says, the National College Players Association makes it clear innocent student athletes should not be caught up in punishment. Prohibit the punishment of student athletes that have not committed a violation. It is an injustice to punish college athletes for actions that they did not commit, i.e., suspending a team's postseason eligibility for the inappropriate actions of boosters. Such punishments have significant negative impacts on the short college experience for many college athletes. So this is on the NCAA website.
They're a bunch of hypocrites.
So
that's the problem.
And who knows where the NCAA is going to be in 2 years, 3 years anyways. So this is good for Tennessee. The most important thing, and I'm gonna lay this up like Chris Paul, like Steve Nash, for being the slam at home. The most important thing is, Ben, you cover recruiting. That is that Tennessee.
I refuse the answer since you did not mention John Morant.
We doing this?
Yep. No, it's huge for recruiting, and I've said it for months now when it's been brought up. Like, kids have been asking about the investigation. It's been a serious concern because it's been spun to them much differently by other college coaches than we have talked about it here on the show. We on the show, we as Tennessee fans, we as people that keep up with Tennessee, understood that it wasn't going to be a 2-year bowl ban, a 3-year, 4-year bowl ban. It wasn't going to be a multi-year bowl ban. If there was going to be one, it was 95% likely that it would be a 1-year bowl ban. But these other schools were telling recruits that, hey, you go to Tennessee, you're never going to play in the postseason. They're looking at a multi-year postseason bowl ban, and that was affecting Tennessee in recruiting. I had several recruits over the months tell me that I really like the coaches. I really like the feel of Neyland Stadium and being there for game day and campus and Knoxville. I love all of it, but I just don't know how the NCAA stuff is going to affect me if I were to choose Tennessee. It makes me weary. It makes me nervous. I had several recruits tell me that personally. So it's a huge weight off of the shoulder of this coaching staff, because now they can go out and recruit and be able to get back in the boat with guys that maybe they weren't able to before, or be in the boat in as deep of waters as they would like because of the investigation. Like DeMario Tolan, a linebacker that's committed to LSU, and granted, part of what has helped Tennessee get back into that battle is LSU struggling and Coach O getting fired. But I think that's a guy that is giving Tennessee a serious look now. LSU stuff, NCAA bowl ban being lifted, and it's looking like he's going to try to make it up for the Georgia game next week. So it's just huge for recruiting
homecoming,
because all these coaches have been lying to prospects about what Tennessee was facing. So it's just massive news.
Man, Stokes, it's just something about transparency. Now Josh Heupel not only can be transparent about, okay, this is how you fit into what we do from an X's and O's standpoint, offensively or defensively, but now they can be more transparent about the young man's future.
Yes.
I mean, that is so key that, Ben, what you're saying is that now the coaches don't have to worry about saying, well, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Well, they said that. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's right or wrong. Now they can go, no, we are playing in a bowl game. That we are playing in a bowl game. Alabama had a postseason ban in place when I was being recruited in 2002, and they were not able to go to a bowl game in 2003. Now, the system I didn't necessarily like or care for. Didn't see myself making plays in their system at the time. But, like, that just added more fuel to the fire. Or I should say it added water to the fire because it just wasn't any there for Alabama. But, like, they struggled recruiting because they had a postseason bowl ban in 2003. This, for Tennessee, this is huge. And 15 practices, Stokes, are so key. They're so important. You get those midseason guys. They get a check. They get a chance to jumpstart their careers. We've seen that pay off for guys here at Tennessee in the last 10 years.
Yep. No, bowl season is huge. And I know a lot of people say the bowl games don't matter and that they're boring matchups. That's not the important part of it. It's everything that Swain just laid out. It's the 15 extra practices, the extra time together as a team. It's the extra month of a scholarship check, the bowl gifts, all that experience, getting to showcase, one last time. If you're, if you're a senior in his final year, you get to showcase your talents on the field, on television one last time before that whole process of getting ready for the NFL kicks off. And it's massive. And it shows on-field progress, especially for a team that hasn't been to a bowl or has struggled. You get to continue to show progress, which also helps in recruiting. And right now, Heupel now has really good recruiting tools in his toolbox right now. One is he can show genuine on-field proof that his stuff works and show on film, how he can use kids, and he gets to tell them that they're going to be able to play in the postseason. And he's going to be around for a couple of years. That's another advantage he has right now. It's one thing about Tennessee. The reason you see recruiting taper off for the past couple of head coaches towards the end of their tenures is because they were on the hot seat and it looked like their jobs were in jeopardy after year 3 or so. And it's hard to sell because the kids are buying into a coach and what the coach can do for them more so than university for the most part. And so right now, this just makes it even easier. Heupel has an advantage as a new head coach in the fact that at least they know when they come to Tennessee, he's going to be there for 3 of their 4 years if they stay all 4 years. Now he's got that. He's got the postseason, and he's got, proof on the field that what they're going to do is going to work.
That's right. That's right. This is big news, man. This is big news. This is great timing, too.
Huge.
Because it comes, right before the game. And I wonder if the broadcasters are going to mention it. Beth Mowins and Kurt Morrison. Don Davenport's going to be on the call tomorrow night on ESPN. And so I wonder if they mention it. This game is going to be on ESPN too. I wonder if they mention it. It is a good thing for Tennessee that this was released right on a Thursday going into the weekend rather than a Monday. Rather than a Friday afternoon. It was good that it was released on a Thursday afternoon, so we can all talk about it on a Friday going into the game, a weekend where Tennessee is going to play a top 25 opponent, and a weekend that's very, very important as we approach early signing period. So the timing couldn't be better, I think, for Tennessee for sure.
Yeah, and they would be doing them. They would not be doing their jobs well if they didn't mention it. You always have talking points going into a broadcast, and you talk about the news surrounding each of the universities that you're covering that day, and this is huge. If they don't talk about it, that's intentional and wrong.
Yep. You
know what else is wrong, Stokes? John K. talking smack to you. John K. talking smack to you on the text box. He said, since Stokes is on, I'd like to offer him a formal congratulations to hold this L after the Panthers beat the Falcons on Sunday.
Look, the more L's the Falcons take right now, the better. Let's get to draft picks.
Yeah, honestly, Stokes, I'm surprised.
That's where I'm at right now.
Honestly, I'm surprised you even care about the Falcons right now, considering that I'm sure you are on the emotional wave and high of the Braves winning the whole thing this past week. So John K been trying to get these jokes off. He tried to get something off on me over here on Twitter, talking about the game cast that is going down tomorrow. Yeah, he tried to steal it from Peyton Manning. The Manning cast, he tried to steal it. The Manning cast stole it from Film Room.
That's what we should have named it, the Swain cast.
No, I don't want my name on that.
Your logo is going to be everywhere else on it.
Yeah, that's the logo. I don't want to call it the Swain cast because it's not about me. It's going to be some.
You stole that for the basketball program?
I stole it from Film Room. That
it's not about me.
Oh yeah, I stole it from Film Room when Clemson played Alabama and all the coaches and people were talking during the game. That's where I got the idea from. And honestly, for the last 4 or 5 years, preseason I've thought about, all right, this is the year we're gonna do it, and then I go back and say, I don't really want to do it. I really
have kicked this.
Yeah, we've talked about it so many times. I've kicked this idea around for so many years, and I've always said I don't want to do it because I want to go to the game. I want to go to the game. I want to watch it. I want to rewind it. That's not what I want to do. But when Wade was like, "Hey man, let's do more stuff," he's like, "Let's do more stuff." He called me. He's like, "Hey, let's do more stuff." I was like, all right, well, let's do more stuff. And Wade eats being a student of the game up. Like he is truly a student of the game. He likes talking about the game. And now he's a teacher of the game. And so he's entertaining, does a really good job. So I figured this would be good. This will be good. And when we dropped the news, I had former players reach out to me like, "Hey man, I've been waiting for something like this. Can I jump on too?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we're running a list. I have it right here on the board. Man, Ramon Foster, appreciate him. His comment yesterday. And Ramon's gonna join. I was on 3-hour lunch yesterday with Ron Slay and Brent Daugherty and Don Davenport. And Slay was like, "Can I come?" Come on, Slay. Heck yeah, you can come, man.
Is Dawn going to join? That'd be the ultimate power move, considering she'll be on the broadcast at the same time.
Nah, the power move is you joining because you're going to be at the game.
Ain't nobody give a damn about me.
You're going to be giving us the halftime stuff, man. The halftime nuggets from right there live in person, man.
Stokes, this dude is talking about Jonathan Wade, Ramon Foster, Ron Slay, obviously himself will be on this broadcast.
Jabari Davis will join us.
Jabari Davis will be on.
Yeah.
You got some other names up there. Well, you got one with a question mark.
Yeah.
And then he has the nerve to mention me.
Yeah, because you
one
have
is
something
not like the other.
You have something that they don't
man.
have. You're there. You're right. One is like the other.
Are you just trying to add diversity to the broadcast, Swain?
That too. Yeah, diversity to the broadcast for sure. And also that, you're going to be there in person, Ben. There's things that we are not able to see that you will be able to see.
This is true. I'll be able to see the receivers getting open downfield and burning those Kentucky DBs.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I would say you would be able to tell what the crowd reaction and stuff is like, but that press box at Kroger Field is pretty much soundproof. You can barely hear the one firework they shoot off, and it's real quiet in there. It's you're very disconnected from the game, so that'll be one aspect you can't give us because you won't be able to hear the crowd.
that is true. And it's going to be so cold. I'm so glad that it's a closed press box. Last time I went up there, I was in the press box, and I enjoyed the soundproof and the weatherproof press box.
865-255-03. We'll take our first break of the day. We are at the bottom of the first hour. Hour number one is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, Seth Stokes. Be right back.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Network's hotline at 865-200-5503.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars.
Show your mad
USA. And create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free.
Are you in the market for
TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest.
As someone who's been in your spot before, I'm
Go to
familiar with
nobodytrashestennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA. Word, peace out. Still a thing? Am I being too cool for the school kids?
And of
Just
course,
asking.
talk a little Vol sports along the way. Just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Business is still moving forward despite our work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why my friends at Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's at the office or at your home. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier of Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, create a layout, and make recommendations. Once you decide what pieces you want, Office Furniture Outfitters will even deliver and install new office furniture for you. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or check them out online at ofonox.com. Give them a call at 865-254-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995. If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the Big Orange action is.
Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Let's get to the phones, the Iris Networks hotline, and Lisa is joining us. Lisa, good morning.
Hey, how's everybody?
We are wonderful. It's Friday, Lisa. Come on, everybody's feeling good today.
No kidding. Yeah, I've been waiting all week. I was talking to you behind the scenes, but just wanted to mention that, I'm really excited about your new endeavor, and that's awesome. And I'll just mention again the name that I came up with. And wait, did you come up with a name yet, or you haven't decided yet for your name for your show?
We went on ahead and did the Volcast. We had a couple people say Volcast, and then I asked a lot of our people in the Swain Event circle what they thought, and Volcast was it. So we decided to go with the Volcast. We couldn't call it. Cool. We couldn't call it the Manning Cast. That was taken.
Well, that's cool. As I had said, I came up with one for you, even though you already have a name, but I'll just say it anyway. It was the VFL Viewpoint.
I like that, too.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one, too.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And I'm, so excited for you. And I'm really excited about the game tomorrow. I think we're going to definitely kick some butt.
Yes, Lisa.
So...
Yes.
Anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to check in. Everybody have a wonderful day and go Vols.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Good to hear from you. Lisa might be on something now. It might not be too late to change it now. Lisa might be on something. How about that, guys? Y'all like that one?
I thought that was a great one.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
VFL Viewpoint.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man. Y'all gonna make me do all the you can change all the graphics and all the lettering. I got to change all that today. Is that what y'all gonna make me do?
Yep.
Man, I like that, Lisa. Lisa must be a marketing manager somewhere. That's good right there. 865. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the best one I've heard, honestly.
Take that swing.
Well, here's my thinking. I just think, like, I look at the term VFL and I put like this red rope around it, and I try not to use it in my stuff, like my marketing stuff, because I feel like it's sacred, But if anybody gonna use it, it should be me, right?
Especially with the crop of VFLs, including myself, that you're going to have on.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Ben. That's right. So I don't know, Lisa. We'll tinker. We'll tinker with how it looks, and see what we come up with. We'll see.
You don't want to go with former Vol viewpoint?
Oh, man, I will kick you in the crotch right now. Oh, don't even play with me like that. Don't even play with me like that, man. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. All right, Ben. You got Jeremy Banks that leads this team in tackles for a loss, ranks 4th in the SEC at 9 total for the year, 1.13 per game, which the average ranks 3rd in the SEC. You have Hendon Hooker that passer rating is 4th in the nation and 1st in the SEC at 179.92. Bryce Young is 2nd. You have Jalen McCullough, who ranks 2nd in the SEC with 3 interceptions and 10th in FBS. The turnover margin by Tennessee in the last 6 games, forcing 8 interceptions and 3 fumbles and only committing 3 turnovers. You also have the pace, where at some points during the season, Tennessee was like 2nd, 1st, 3rd. Right now, Tennessee leads the nation in offensive plays per minute at 2.89. And now Ole Miss is at 2.85. As Stokes, as Ben is answering the phone, Stokes, I'll ask you, which one of these stats that Tennessee, that I mentioned as far as Tennessee, and let me mention one more. Tennessee also leads the nation in TFLs, even after the bye week. I saw that too. So which one of those big-time stats you think will play out the most for Tennessee this weekend?
I think it's going to be the tackles for loss. I know Kentucky gives up the fewest tackles for loss, or they're one of the schools that give up the fewest tackles for loss a game. But I think the TFLs are going to be huge for Tennessee in this game. And you get a tackle for loss, you're putting the offense behind schedule. That could be a drive killer for them. It didn't help Tennessee that much against Alabama and Ole Miss, because they just have dynamic quarterbacks who can eat up chunks of yards and make things happen down the field with their arm as well. Kentucky's quarterback hasn't proven he can do that consistently. Kentucky has one receiver that's frightening, and they got a running back who fumbles a lot. So I think the tackles for loss, that's going to stifle Kentucky quite a bit if Tennessee can build off of that and keep that train rolling.
Ben, I know you was answering the phone, but I know that you'll be able to answer kind of the question here, and that is, which one of the eye-popping national rankings, whether it's pace, plays per game, or tackles for loss, or the recent uptick in the turnover margin for Tennessee at +8 right now, or is it Hendon Hooker's efficiency being recognized as one of the best in the country, which is 4th in the country? Which one of those eye-popping stats for Tennessee you think will play out the most on Saturday against Kentucky?
To me, it's turnover margin for both teams. Tennessee has really improved in turnover margin since the second game of the year. If I remember correctly, I believe Tennessee's turnover margin was -5.
Oh, it was
after
not,
the first 2 games.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was not great, and now it's
+8 in the last 6 games.
Right. That is remarkable. So from -5 to +3 on the season, that's a significant turnaround. So obviously Tennessee's doing a good job of not only taking care of the football right now, but also taking away the football from opponents. And Kentucky is the worst in the country in turnover margin. -12, 130th in the country. Will Levis likes to throw some risky passes. Stokes mentioned Chris Rodriguez, their running back, has a fumbling issue. Had 3 fumbles against Mississippi State. He had a 2-game period this year in which he he had 4 fumbles within 10 yards of the goal line over 2 games, which is remarkable. I've never heard of that before. So I like the turnover margin. That really stands out to me, and that's something that I feel good about going into this football game. The other one, because it's not just one for me, there's 2 that equally stand out. It's Hendon Hooker's efficiency. And I mentioned this the past 2 days, but Kentucky is allowing opponents to complete 2/3 of its passes. And Hendon Hooker has been really, really good in terms of his completion percentage and obviously his efficiency. So Kentucky's defense isn't bad per se, but as I talked about yesterday, I really like the matchup of Tennessee's passing attack going up against Kentucky's secondary. Hooker and the receivers going up against Kentucky's secondary. I really like that matchup. So turnover margin and Hendon Hooker's efficiency is what I feel really good about going into this football game.
You hear that? You hear that, Stokes?
I hear it. I like it.
That's what happens when Ben starts talking, man. You got to start taking notes. You got to pull out the pen and start clicking and start taking notes when Ben's talking. You know what? I should have went first because mine was turnover margin. And shout out to Brian Rice for this pen. I'm normally not a pen thief.
But you are.
I'm very particular about if I get someone's pen, giving it back, especially at the restaurant, because I understand how important a pen is. It was a total accident, and he's given me pens before during the broadcast when I was doing the Thursday night football games. And every week I've given it back if I've borrowed one. The last week, of course it's the last week, it was cold, it was rainy. I had to get out of there, man. It was all the way out in Gatlinburg. And I get home, and I noticed this beautiful pen in my pocket. And I felt terrible about it then. But now I don't feel terrible about it because this is a great pen. I love this pen. Thank you, Brian Rice. Yeah. Appreciate the present, man. But turnover margin is what I look at, too. Because Tennessee +8 in the last 6 games. And I think Hendon Hooker's efficiency kind of, weaves in that stat too, turnover margin, because that speaks to him taking care of the football and making the right decision. But when Mississippi State beat Kentucky, Kentucky was at -4. And Ben, you mentioned Kentucky's the worst in the country at turnover margin. Now against Georgia, which is Georgia, there was no turnovers on either side. No turnovers on either side. Kentucky just got beat down. And Kentucky scored late in that game in the fourth quarter, but I mean it was 31-10 until that late score. It was a beatdown. That just shows you kind of the difference in talent and the difference in momentum in that football game. But I look for Tennessee, who's been taking care of the football recently, and Kentucky, who has not been taking care of the football. That's the one that plays loud for me, is the turnover margin. Let's get to the phones. And looks like we have – is C-Mac awake?
Barely.
C-Mac.
He sounds like – what movie was it when Will Smith had the allergy breakout? Was that
Hitch?
Hitch. That and he could barely talk because his mouth was like all fat and whatnot. He just sounded weird. That's what C-Mac sounds like right now.
Let's see if C-Mac can turn the switch. C-Mac, good morning.
First and foremost.
There you go. He awake.
First and foremost.
Get him.
I'm only here for Stokes right now, okay?
Oh.
Stokes, what's good, my boy?
What's going on, brother?
Sam? What's good, man?
Hey, man, just living life, doing the thing. What about you?
Hey, man, another day, another opportunity to be great. Unfortunately, I have to deal with the likes of, that terrible bum McKee and that beef, Jason Swain. But,
Why are you
What?
Why are you acting different? You had to text me and make sure that this was Stokes on the line with us. So why are you acting different now?
Receipts?
Well, wait, hold on. To clarify that, Stokes is enunciating everything, first thing this morning, and he sounded real crisp and professional. So, he ain't just flowing and going, on that Southern twang this morning. So I had to double check and make sure.
I understand that.
Nice save.
Stokes, a couple years ago, you said something that was the absolute pinnacle of hilarious. There was a Kentucky player that did something real stupid, and you told him to go sit down somewhere. What was the name of that Kentucky player?
Oh my goodness! Was that the Kentucky player that was trying to like twist people's ankles and stuff in the pile?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
It was Cash Daniel.
Cash,
yeah, Cash Daniel.
Boy, I still think about you telling that kid to go sit down somewhere, and it brings hilarious joy to my heart. And I just had to tell you that, man. All these years later, it's still hilarious.
See, man, let me tell you something. Thank you for your help yesterday with the press release.
Oh, no problem.
You wasn't ready for that kindness, was you?
No, because I was definitely about to tighten you up. I was about to say something like this. Jason, you have the mark of the beast on you. And what I mean by that is there was an interaction that you encountered this season earlier. And ever since this encounter, man, it's been some really bad luck, some really bad juju for you. You stealing Brian Rice's pen, you stealing all my ideas and all my creativity without giving me credit.
Where'd you get your idea from?
I have to credit this to when Neeson Mafia stole your popcorn. Ever since that encounter, he has instilled this thievery in you. So we're gonna take you to church. We're gonna get this market abuse up off you, so you can stop stealing my ideas. So you can stop stealing Brian Rice's pen. So you can stop calling Ben McKee smart.
He is smart. Smart guy.
No, he all right sometimes. He got some points sometimes.
That's right. Sometimes you're a top 50 call on this Swain event.
You like 40 right now.
I know
I'm
I'm
57th right now, and we don't even have 56 people that call in.
And I am completely cool with that place. I want to leave y'all with this. It seems as though one of my requests for this new venture tomorrow, it seems like it got a little misconstrued. Okay. I was not asking nor requesting Jason Swain to use incredibly explicit foul language on the air. However, I was attempting to ask, in the sense of it being quote-unquote uncensored, if this is a daytime morning, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, I'm going to get my brain going, I'm going to start my day off right, I'm going to start my Friday off great with Jason Swain. Shouldn't, we also see like the after dark, Swain on this cast, maybe, unbutton the top button. We don't have to be so corporate Monday through Friday, first thing in the morning, suit and tie. That was my request, not necessarily you slanging F-bombs on the air, but, you maybe having a little cup of that Henny as opposed to a cup of coffee in the morning.
C-Mac, what are you talking about? You want me to drink some Henny in the morning? The game is at night.
No. For the Saturday Volcast.
I'm gonna have a little drink. Don't worry about all that.
I'm saying to make sure you get that. I can't believe y'all play the play on me.
You want me to show out and be ignorant.
He wants you to show your butt cheeks.
Yeah, and that's not what I do, C-Mac. I am professional, okay? We're going to have fun. It's going to be cool. It is something new, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to have my drink. I got my tequila right here. It's right here in the studio. It's Friday. I may take a shot right now. I can if I want to.
Yeah, bring me some.
All right. It's 5:55 in the morning where I'm at.
It don't matter. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Y'all a trip, boy.
Get off this airway. You're taking up Stokes' time.
I know, man.
Shut up. All right, Stokes.
No, you
man.
shut up,
Hey,
literally.
You keep your head up, Stokes.
Get out of here.
You the GOAT, Stokes. You the man.
Let Stokes tell us what he drinking this weekend. How about we do that? Seems like he's the worst friend ever. He trying to hype me up to embarrass myself. You supposed to be rooting for me to do a good job, not be ignorant and embarrass myself. Terrible friend. And by the way, Brian Rice said the pen was a present.
Oh my gosh.
How about that?
That's cute.
That's what you say when you got robbed and you don't want people to know you got robbed.
Whatever. Shove it, C-Mac. Brian Rice gave me a present.
Which weekend did this pen thief action take place?
It was the last week of the season. It was last weekend, Gatlinburg Pittman and Pigeon Forge game.
Okay. Well, because if it was Ole Miss weekend, then of course Brian is going to say that because he had bigger things on his hands.
That is true. That is true. All right, Stokes, tell us what you're drinking this weekend, man.
Ooh, so I had a fridge full up until a couple days ago, and the World Series kind of wiped me out. So I've got to go restock. But we're getting colder, so that means the beers are about to get a lot darker and heavier. So probably gonna go find me a couple good porters and some good stouts to enjoy over the weekend.
That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah.
Are you a bourbon guy?
I am, and this is about the time of year that I start switching over to instead of just pretty much being solely beers, I start switching over to the bourbons because it warms you up real well, and I don't like being cold.
But surely you're not drinking bourbon this weekend.
No. If I drink anything this weekend that's a liquor, it'll be a good Tennessee whiskey.
There you go.
Well, Tennessee fans can't drink bourbon this weekend. It's like Florida week. You can't drink Gatorade during Florida week, and you can't drink bourbon during Kentucky week.
And you can't wash your clothes with Tide during Alabama week.
That's right.
Like there's a whole
you can't look at your cousins any differently during Alabama week.
That's not. I don't even use Tide. What I use?
Weirdly, anyways, no matter what week it is.
That's a good point, Stokes.
I mean, what are you talking about? That's a everyday. You only look at your cousins like they're your cousins.
That's a good point.
You're a respectable person that wasn't raised in Alabama.
That's a good point.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
What bourbon would you recommend for first-time bourbon drinkers? I had somebody text me asking.
You tried on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday
or Sunday,
or heck, on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Or pour you one right after the game on Saturday.
Well, they weren't talking
12:01.
They weren't talking about for this weekend. They were just asking in general because they're not much of a bourbon drinker.
Yeah, in general, a good, and it used to be affordable. It's actually gone up in price recently because, and I don't know why, but I've always liked Eagle Rare a lot. That's a really good one. But really, I mean, there's a lot of good bourbons out there. Four Roses small batch is fantastic. But get you something that's, go in there and have a conversation with the person at the liquor store for sure, and find out, what's a good, just a smoother bourbon that's not going to break the bank for someone who's kind of new to drinking bourbon. Because you can go spend a whole lot of money on a bottle that, for a bourbon drinker will be real good and real smooth. But if you're not used to it, you're not going to like it at first, more than likely. And you're going to spend a whole lot of money on something that you're going to end up not drinking. So just do your homework, have some conversations with some other people too. But for me, I always like just a good, affordable, smooth bourbon with Eagle Rare, but it has gone up in price a little bit. But yeah, that's been my go-to until I moved out here, and it's really hard to find here in South Carolina. So I've when I get that craving for something, I have to have them, order some bottles in for me.
That sounds like a plan, my friend. Sounds like a plan. Well,
what about a score prediction real quick, Stokes?
Yeah, give us that.
Ooh, honestly, the way Tennessee moves on offense, offensive line's healthier than it has been in a few weeks. Running back room's healthier than it has been in a few weeks. I could see Tennessee putting a 50 spot on them.
Ooh, Stokes, are you already in the bottle?
No. And I know some people may look at that and be like, what? I don't think Kentucky's all that for real.
Okay. All right.
I really don't. And you're hitting the point in the season historically where Kentucky is on their rapid decline. And they don't have a player like they did a couple years ago that's just going to make all kinds of plays and take you deep into the fourth quarter. They don't have that guy right now that's just going to be all over the place that they can give the ball to in multiple spots. So Kentucky doesn't scare me at all. Like I wanted to see, like they got, I'm not going to say they got lucky against Florida, but a lot of things went their way in that game. And Florida has a lot of problems seeming internally right now. But then they got exposed by Mississippi State. And I know they've had a week to kind of try to, fix some of that, but that's not enough time. And Tennessee moves so fast. Kentucky's not going to be able to substitute. And those big old boys they have on the defensive line for Kentucky, their hands are going to be on their hips in the first quarter. Because they haven't faced this pace before. And with Tennessee having a healthier offensive line than they've had in a while, because Tennessee was putting up points with a patchwork offensive line. If they got their guys back, that's a whole different ball game. I look for Tennessee to be big in this game. Now, Tennessee's defense is going to have to get off the field on third down to allow that to happen and create some things. But I look for Tennessee to have a big game, bounce back from the Alabama loss. And you got a chance to really make a statement. Like you always say, Swain, they remember what you do in November. And you got a chance to go 7-5. And Heupel's not the type of dude that's going to want to leave any doubt. And now he's in full recruiting mode. There's no bowl ban. Balls we can put them on him.
I just can't believe Heupel's in full recruiting mode when
it's in season, man.
He's
not supposed to talk about that until recruiting season.
I know. He's got another month.
Every day is recruiting season.
Always
There's
be
never
recruiting.
a time when it's not recruiting season. I don't know what Dan Mullen was talking about. He sounded foolish. You recruit 24/7, 365. Even when you're not supposed to be recruiting, you recruit, and you just don't tell anybody.
Listen, I don't care if you are at your daughter's recital for the first time. If you are the SEC coach and you get a phone call from a stud recruit, you have to walk out and you have to take that phone call. It's just part of the game. It is just part of it. I was sitting down having lunch with a coach a year ago, something like that. And this coach got up mid-sentence, got in his car, and drove away. Like on the phone with the recruit. Mid-sentence, got up, gave me the 1 minute, sorry, look, got up, got in his car, and drove away. That's the way it is. Like, that is how it works in recruiting in this conference.
And never came back?
Never came back. Never came back. It was just gone. I was like, all right, I guess this is over. This conversation.
You schedule tweets and emails and all that. That way, when that all it recruits for you when you fall asleep, and they got something to wake up to when they wake up in the morning. Like, it's all the time. It never stops.
Yep, 100%, my friend. 100%. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. 50 points, Stokes. Man, I hope you're right. I
think it's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be a real fun game on the frozen tundra of Kroger Field. Who names a stadium, a college stadium after a grocery store?
The one that pays you, a lot of money to do it.
Like, I get that, but man, it's hard to take them seriously.
Well,
Cookie Cutter Stadium.
Let's hope your prediction rings true, my friend. And hey, man, we'll talk later on today.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Seth Stokes here on the Swain Event. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1 in the books. Hour 2 is around the corner. We got touchdown turnover. We got attaboy. It is Friday, so we got to get a for what up in here. We'll go to the text box, also taking your phone calls. Again, 865-255-03. Hour number 1 was brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills. create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free? It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to NobodyTrashesTennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA.
Business is still moving forward despite our work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why my friends at Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's at the office or at your home. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier of Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, create a layout, and make recommendations. Once you decide what pieces you want, Office Furniture Outfitters will even deliver and install new office furniture for you. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or check them out online at ofonox.com. Give them a call at 865-254-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Good morning, Swain Event family. Several of you, like Ben McKee, have reached out to me for real estate assistance this year, and I want to say thank you. I appreciate your trust in me to ask questions and help you navigate the real estate world.
That's right, Jennifer. Buying a home is a scary process, especially for a first-time home buyer. Jennifer recently helped my wife and I buy our first home and made the entire process seamless. Her willingness to go above and beyond is what sets her apart.
As always, feel free to give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Eight 865-255-03, hour 2 here on the program. Let's get to the Iris Networks hotline. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Let's get to Devontae. Devontae, good morning, man.
Good morning, man. It's good to hear your voice, man, over the phone again, man.
Man, it's good to hear you, man. Finally.
Oh, everything been good. I know the last time I called was about my cousin Evan Stewart, how we should have got him in Tennessee.
Where did he go?
Messed it up. I think we can still get him to come to Tennessee, but that's another conversation.
Did he commit? What did he commit to? Where is he?
Look, he committed to Florida and he committed to Texas, and he decommitted from both of them because he don't want to be there, man. Him and Walter best friends. It's like I say, our whole family from Tennessee. He really want to come to Tennessee, but I don't know where that's going with that. Don't want to waste no time on no Texas big star recruit, but. Now, I wish somebody give him a call, man. I'm pretty sure we can reel him in.
Wait a minute. You mean your 5-star receiver cousin?
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure, bro. I'm 70 to 30. That's why he keep decommitting from these other schools. When your heart really at home, like he still tell people he's from Memphis, Tennessee, like
Memphis bang.
Them Memphis ties run deep, man,
Are you being a recruiting coordinator? I mean, what are you doing here, Devontae?
Man, we chat about it, but he got almost close to like 500,000 followers, almost 1 million on Instagram. So he got to do his thing and get traction and go to all these other schools and kids got to be divas nowadays. Some kids got to be divas, and he one of them. I must say, it's good and bad to divas. I love my little cousin, but man, I'm saying, if any one of the coaches is listening to this, call Evan Stewart, baby. Waste some time.
It looks like he's going to Texas A&M.
You see, that's the third school we said, Jason.
Yeah, man.
This is not a gimmick, but that ain't. I don't want to call and talk about a receiver that ain't on the board. Get everybody gears grinded. Just know he really want to be in Tennessee.
Who's that?
Evan Stewart.
Let's get it done then. Let's get it done. We gotta get you on the coaching staff to make this happen, man. We can have you as an honorary coach for the recruitment of Evan Stewart. I mean, this kid's the number one player in Texas, it looks like, and the number 4 player in the entire country. I mean, he's a stud. He's a stud.
Man, I looked at 247 a couple of weeks back, and I smiled because it's like, man, honestly, Tennessee could really have the number 1 and the number 4 player in the country. But Evan's not in Tennessee right now because he's in Texas, and he's been doing his thing in Texas. But I smile because on the inside, I know this really could be a possibility if we went through the Pruitt era, as people call it. But that could have been a strong possibility that this year we could have got Walter Nolan and Evan Stewart, who are 2 top 5 players, man.
Hey, man, I mean, Walter Stewart is right here in Knoxville. I think A&M is going to be, hard to beat, and we'll see. This thing has had tons of twists and turns for Walter Nolan's recruitment. But listen, Devontae, are you saying that Tennessee has a real shot here?
With Evan, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
All right, don't make us put this work in, and he ain't really giving us a real shot here because we trying to get him 10 balls a game, 10 catches a game. Is he ready for that?
Man, I'm telling you, the reason he's so good nationally is not his speed, it's them hands, and you a receiver. It's them feet work. The boy been playing soccer since 4 years old, man.
Listen, Devontae, this is what we're gonna do. I need for you to hit your boy up after the show. We gonna see what we can do. All right, let's give our all for Tennessee.
How optimistic are you, Devontae?
You ain't right, Ben. This is first call back. This is first call back, Ben. You ain't doing like that.
Oh, I love it, man. Tell C-Mac to wake up. He called this morning. It sounded like his breath was stinking. He went everywhere on the place. Wake up, C-Mac.
Now, Devontae,
C-Mac said, I want to talk to Stokes. And then say 2 words to Stokes.
That is true. He was capping, wasn't
he? Man.
Devontae, I have a question. Evan Stewart, is he like a legitimate cousin, or is he just like?
Look, let me tell you this. I don't like to tell stuff like this, but I'm gonna say this. His grandmother and my mother stayed next door to each other. His mother was over my mother's house 2 weeks ago. My mother and his mothers are sisters, which makes them, my mother's mother is his grandmother. I mean, is his auntie. It's deep, man. We like 3rd, 4th cousins. But
Devontae,
I don't know if y'all know this. In a black community, when you third cousins, almost all your cousins are like first cousins when you come from a small city and everybody stay together.
I mean, that is true. That's 100% true.
That's why I was asking. Yeah. Is he an actual cousin, or is he like a real close family friend that you call a cousin?
So like, if Tennessee coaches call Evan Stewart, say, hey man, your cousin Devontae, he's a Tennessee Vol, would love to be, love to see you in orange. Will Evan Stewart say, who? Or will he say, oh yeah, my cousin Devontae? Will he actually acknowledge you as his cousin? Is what I'm wondering.
He would acknowledge me as his cousin Tojo.
Tojo.
Family nickname.
Why
on live. Tojo, yeah.
We just learned
But
about
I remember when that boy was in
Tojo.
diapers, man. Yeah, that's legitimate cousin, you know. But like I say,
Where'd Tojo come from?
I used to look like back in the day when I was born. I used to look like the wrestler. Now the kids nowadays don't know too much about him. Tojo Yamamoto. But that's where it comes from.
Okay, all right. We got some work to do, Devontae. You got to hit me up after the show, man. You know how to find me.
Man, look, it's like I say, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, his sister graduated from Tennessee. 20 years ago, one of his uncles graduated from Tennessee. It's like in his blood to be alum. But, you know, however that works.
Okay, all right. We
I hate calling to talk about that. I really wanted to talk about, you need to get Jeremy Banks on Tennessee Prime. Every name you called in them statistics have been on Tennessee Prime. Y'all got Carvin on there for Memphis. Y'all got Hendon Hooker. He one of the best players. We done seen Big Matthew Butler, one of the best players. We see Cade every week. It's Cade's show. I say y'all two and Cade. Let me get JB on there, man. JB a tank. We need one of the two.
Okay. I've been trying to get, I've made my request for Jeremy Banks to be on the show. I think that would be phenomenal. I don't handle the booking. I handle the setup and the production and the look of the show and all that stuff.
You do a good job too, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I handle the the show being on the Swain Event platform. I don't book the players because I don't really talk to them like that. But I have made my request for Jeremy Banks. I hope that he's able to do it. I don't think this upcoming week will be a good week. I think like South Alabama will be a good week to get Banks on.
I think the off season.
Yeah.
No, man.
Good week to
No,
get
man.
Daytona,
We need them locked in. We need them locked in for
right.
Georgia because I say we sweep them Cats. We're gonna do them bad. 48-14. We're gonna do them boys real bad. Their best year was when they had Terry Linbaum Jr. and we were smacking them with Jeremy Pruitt, possibly the worst coach ever in Tennessee history. So they say a lot about these Cats coming up. So
I like it.
we're going to beat these Cats. We can't get them to do Georgia because Georgia, I think we're going to score the most points the NCAA has seen this year on Georgia will come from the Tennessee Vols. Not going to say we're going to win, but I will say we're going to give them the most points they've seen. So, yeah, South Alabama homecoming week is pretty good for them.
We'll try to get it done, Devontae. You got it, man. Tojo. Huh. All right, let's go back to the phones. Fake Bob Kesslin. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are great. Well, we're trying to recruit. We're recruiting.
I have a question, then I'll just hang up and listen. Do you all think that Jeremy Banks and Beasley's going to be the keys to tomorrow night's game? And then I think Tennessee needs to jump out quick. And so by halftime, all them Kentucky fans can go to Kroger's, get their lunch, get back in them coal mines. Talk to y'all later.
I mean, if you ask me who the key to this game is, I mean, how can it not be Hendon Hooker, right? But defensively, the linebackers are going to be very, very important too because we know what Kentucky wants to do. Now, we know Kentucky wants to take the pressure off Will Levis. I said on 3 Hour Lunch yesterday, if I'm Tennessee, I make Will Levis play like Tim Couch. Tim Couch was the best quarterback to ever step foot on Kentucky's game field. And they threw it all over the yard. And he was successful. And he was a top NFL pick. He is a better dude, actually, than he was a player. But, like, force Will Levis to be Tim Couch. Force him to be. Don't allow him to hand the ball off 20, 25, 30 times. Kentucky getting 4.5, 5 yards a pop, running the football, and never put Will Levis in some third down long situations. You make Will Levis be the MVP. Make him be Matt Corral. Because Matt Corral put Ole Miss on his back and won the game against Tennessee. Make Will Levis do that. Kentucky don't want Will Levis to have to do that. They want to rely on defense, running the football, and take their shots when it's open because it's third down and short or second down and short. Force Will Levis to be like Tim Couch. As far as the coal mine, Dig, I don't know much about the coal mines. I just know that we hear those jokes with Kentucky fans and West Virginia fans, and they're actually pretty funny. Let's go back to the phones.
We've got Tremel.
Tremel, good morning.
Who also might be a cousin of Devontae.
Yes, sir. I just called in, chat with my cousin. My cousin called in. I've been worried about the homie.
That's your cousin too?
Yeah, family everywhere. It's good to hear from you, though, my dude. I was worried about you. I ain't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, man, I was worried about Devontae too, man. It's good to hear from him.
Yeah, he came in with some fire too, but.
Yeah, he came in. He came in with some good information. We are on it as we speak.
Oh yeah, please do, because if he got all them ties, man, it's almost chewing.
You see him over here texting.
So I'm kind of. I looked up. I know we kind of helped you now. My change. I'm having to change the heart a little bit.
No, you ain't scared no more.
I ain't scared no more.
Trevell, what was that call? Like yesterday or the day before? Was that Wednesday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So you were scared yesterday, and now you're not scared anymore?
We helped. So this is my thing, though. Listen, hold on. Answer me something real quick, though.
Okay.
So, most of us never played on that collegiate level. So the injuries, man, like, dude, how did they be coming back from these injuries so quick?
Because it's Friday, man. Friday heals you.
Friday heals you.
It's right.
Well, they were talking about the injuries yesterday. Everybody being healthy yesterday.
I told you, man. I told you. I've been explaining it to you guys for weeks now. Friday is just, you just get healthy.
Like these trainers, these trainers, I need to get me one of these trainers, man.
No, man, you just need to make every day Friday.
It only
you never get hurt.
It only works on young people, not old people.
That's right, man. I did see some grays in your dreads when I saw you. You ain't young.
No, you didn't. You saw some dog hair in my dreads. That's mellow hair. There ain't no grays.
And you are old, man. No one gets old. No one gets hurt tearing their Achilles celebrating by jumping up and down.
His dog hair in his hair.
Yeah.
No, that was your gray hair.
Mellow white, so yeah.
Your little Chihuahua's hairs are in your hair.
You gonna blame it on the dog, Tremel? Really?
It is.
That's your gray hair. You old.
So, we get to whoop up on some cats this weekend, huh?
That's the plan.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait, boy. They said the linebackers have got to be the key to defense, right?
I think they're important. I think they're important. I mean, if I had to pick one player being the most important, it's quarterback, man. It's Hendon Hooker. And I think, when you look at Tennessee's depth, everyone's going to have a part in this game. And everyone, I think, is equally important, honestly, outside of Hendon Hooker. So it's hard for me to pick out one player or two players that's more important than another two players, to be honest.
Is it okay to do I ain't even gonna do that.
It's probably a good idea. If you gotta think about it, it's probably good not.
Joke. I ain't even gonna do it.
If you gotta think about it, it's probably good not to say it.
Yeah, it could be a joke. I ain't even gonna do it.
Tell us offline though. Give us the laughs.
We'll get over with y'all.
Okay.
Where we going?
See you. Who's next?
Devontae's white cousin, aka Dr. Vol.
All right, Devontae's white cousin, Dr. Vol. Good morning.
Yes, it's Devontae's white cousin at Thanksgiving. I will make sure to pass the non-raisined mac and cheese and try to get our cousins committed to Tennessee.
I can't speak for the black community, obviously, but I think Dr. Vol would get an invitation to the barbecue. Would you and Rodney and Tremel and C-Mac and Big Shot Rob agree?
Yeah, I don't know if Dr. Vol can eat at our barbecue because he's fasting. And our barbecue, we don't really know what time it's going to be. There's not a set time. And if it is that time, it wouldn't start on time. So I don't know if Dr. Vol is actually eating. I don't know if he can eat during that fasting window.
But he would at least get an invite.
Yeah, you can come drink some water. We got some coffee for you, black coffee for you, Dr. Vol.
I think I could hang. I've been to a barbecue like that last year. My buddy Marcus, I coached ball with. He invited me, and I went.
Yeah,
it's definitely a lot better food than hot dogs on a George Foreman grill.
That is true.
Regular hot dogs and hamburgers.
That is true. You are definitely invited.
Half
You
the
little
time they do
potato
bowl of
salad.
hot dogs, don't we? Now, Swain, on this tomorrow, I am thrilled about that. Me and my buddy, I'm going to his house to watch it. We're getting another TV out just to listen to y'all and mute the broadcast. But I am begging that you get Fred White on this.
I'll reach out.
Okay. I miss him on here, man. He was so freaking funny. That story, if you get him on there, have him tell that story about that player in Nebraska. That's one of the best stories ever told on this show.
He gets real mad about that.
Especially when I bother him about it.
Yeah, he gets real mad about that, man.
I know. I want to see his reaction. Like, I want to see the camera on him when he tells it, because I've just listened. I've never seen him tell the story.
You should ask him about it in person the next time you happen to see him.
Me?
Yes, you.
I've never met him, but if I do, I will ask him that. And one more thing. I will say, Ben said something about diversifying who's on there. I mean, your old quarterback could probably get on there, Swain.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I will say, though, before I go, don't DM him because he'll post it like that old coach. You know, good day.
So messy. You're so messy, D'Arval.
C-Mac said...
So trifling. That's what Neil Mafia would say. He's so trifling.
He is trifling. C-Mac said, Daniel ain't invited to anything I'm going to.
Neil Mafia says, I'm Swain's cousin, in fact. Interesting.
Oh, Lord. What a family we have here at the Swain Event.
Charles asks, worst Tennessee coach, Pruitt or Kiffin? Oh,
Pruitt.
It's definitely Pruitt. Charles, that ain't even close. It's not even close, Charles.
Kiffin beat Georgia. It wasn't this good of a Georgia team, but still beat a pretty decent Georgia team.
Kiffin was a field goal kick away from beating Alabama, who won the national championship that year.
Becoming the first, well, I guess Kiffin had not been a Nick Saban assistant at that point.
No, he wasn't.
I was going to say he would have been the first Nick Saban assistant, but he had not been at that point.
Like, Lane got fired and then hired twice after being fired. Pruitt will never be hired as a head coach in college again. Ever. Charles, you know better. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to nobodytrashestennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video.
Agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. I'm excited to share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to nobodytrashestennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA. Word, peace out. Is that still a thing? Am I being too cool for the school kids? Just asking.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown or turnover, backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. Stokes said something in the first hour. Stokes is feeling good about Tennessee's chances. Now, I have felt good all week, but not as good as Stokes. I don't feel that good. Stokes says that Tennessee's going to drop 50 points against Kentucky. I don't think that at all. But I do think Tennessee is going to win this football game. Kentucky, the most points that they have given up this season was against Mississippi State at 31. Before the Mississippi State game, the most points that they have given up was to Georgia. Now, they did give up 28 points against Missouri, but that's like a different season. I mean, it was the second game of the season, but that was so long ago. How much weight can you put into that? Since then, they gave up 10 points against South Carolina, 13 points against Florida, which seemed like a long time ago. LSU scored 21. Touchdown turnover. Tennessee will score more points than anyone else scored on Kentucky this week, and that would mean Tennessee would only have to score 32 points. 32 points. So touchdown or turnover. Will Tennessee score 32 points or more against Kentucky? Touchdown or turnover, Ben?
I say touchdown. I do think Tennessee is going to put up the most points on Kentucky this season. I'm not at all with the 50 piece that Stokes thinks is going to happen. Hopefully, I'm wrong and Stokes is right.
Man, I hope
I would be
wrong.
Stunned, absolutely stunned, if Tennessee put up 50. Realty from the 423 says we will eclipse the 30-point mark by halftime. I'd be stunned if that happened.
Yeah, me too.
Look, Kentucky's not great. They may not be good, but they're not bad. They're not a bad football team, and they are good against the run, barely allowing over 100 rushing yards per game, which is pretty good. So I'll be curious to see if Tennessee can get the running game going. That is a question mark. Like I'm comfortable saying that Tennessee is going to have success throwing the football. I know that Tennessee is going to have success throwing the football. I would be surprised if Tennessee does not have success throwing the football. I've detailed why the past 2 days.
Quick, man, quick.
Yes, sir.
How many points per quarter will Tennessee have to score for it to be 32 or more? Hurry, quick. Hurry, Ben, hurry. There you go, Ben. Yeah. Math champion, Ben McKee.
How are they going to get to 32?
Huh?
How are they going to get to 32?
I don't know. Score points. Score some touchdowns, kick the field goals. I don't know.
What are they going to do, score 4 touchdowns and then get 2 safeties?
No, man. I'm not sitting here saying you got to go out there and try to go for 2 every time and try to get safeties. I'm just saying that 31 is the most that they've given up all season long to Mississippi State, and can Tennessee top that? So for that to happen, that's just the average of 8 points per quarter.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they'll get more than 31, which is what State got, and that was the season high. Like I said, I think they'll be able to make some big plays in the passing game. That's where I really feel comfortable in this game, and I do think Tennessee is going to be able to run the football. I think it's a question mark going into the game because Kentucky is good against the run. But I do think Tennessee is going to be able to break off some runs. I don't think they're going to have the type of success running the football that they did against Missouri or South Carolina. But that's an outlier. Those 2 performances, particularly the Missouri performance. So I do think Tennessee will be able to get the ground game going. They're too talented not to, quite frankly. Hendon Hooker with his legs and. He's a week healthier. Tyon Evans, he's going to be able to go because he is healthier. Jabari Small, I really like Jabari. He's kind of the forgotten man on the offense, in my opinion. I think he's more than capable of producing, and he's a week healthier with his shoulder. The offensive line, all 5 got to practice at the same time for the second time this year, so the O-line is going to be healthier. So I do think that Tennessee will be able to get the ground game going. And Kentucky's really banged up. I mentioned one of their better pass rushers yesterday, Jordan Wright, at outside backer. He's questionable for this football game. And they have some of their top interior linemen out as well. So they're banged up, and I think Tennessee will be able to take advantage of it. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Tennessee's coming off of a bye week and Kentucky's banged up.
Yeah, I'm going touchdown, man. And I'm just going to say ditto. Everything you said, ditto. And I'm going to go to the phones. It is a beautiful Friday. It's the best day of the week. Let's go to the phones.
Dave Tona.
Good
morning.
Ben tried to call Devontae Daytona. Tried to call you Devontae. So I guess you and Devontae got a lot in common. Maybe y'all are cousins.
I'm optimistic that Ben will get his act together.
Me too, man.
What's sad is I wasn't doing it on purpose.
It was a total accident. I think Ben's just excited about the game.
No, Devontae, Dave Tona, sounds the same.
So I was a couple minutes late tuning in, and I caught the conversation about the NCAA came back with something. So can you kind of repeat what you guys were talking about?
Well,
if you don't mind, please.
Yeah, the NCAA didn't come back with anything. Tennessee has concluded their investigation into former head coach Jeremy Pruitt, and they've also decided that they will not self-impose a bowl ban. There will be other penalties that Tennessee will impose on themselves, but a bowl ban is not one of them.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the NCAA.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys bringing that up for me. And Devontae been okay? We haven't heard from him for a while, right?
He sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. Well, gentlemen, you guys have a good weekend, and talk to you soon.
Thank you, Dayton. I hope you have a good weekend as well. Janelle, I'm looking at the message here on YouTube. Saying if Tyon plays, then the goal line dab will be happening. And Tyon should be good. I know he's beat up in a lot of different areas.
He'll be playing.
Yeah. So
how long does he last? That's a different question.
Yeah.
Hopefully that ankle holds up.
Well, if Cash Daniels was playing, then Tyon would not have a chance to finish the first drive. But hopefully there's no ankle twisters on Kentucky's team. I got to have a little talk with that linebacker coach at Kentucky about that.
Your supposed friend?
Yeah, we actually high school teammates. So
yeah, but that don't make you friends.
No, we are friends now.
How often do you talk?
I haven't talked to Monterio, and we friends.
But have you talked to your Kentucky coach friend since it has been 2021?
Yes.
Okay, then y'all are friends.
Yes. We have talked. Mm-hmm. I haven't talked to Monterio in forever. Like I talked to him like the week before South Carolina game, but it was really just over text. It wasn't even over the phone. And then I haven't talked to him since, just because I respect the grind. Those guys,
because he's the enemy. That's why.
No,
he's a cock. We don't talk to cocks.
He's a cock for a little bit. He's a cock for a little bit. He knows what home is. He knows what home is.
Bring him home, Josh Heupel. I don't know who he would take over for.
865-255-03. Ben, you are a damn instigator. You are an instigator, man. You and D'Arval, y'all are the worst. Y'all are trifling, man. Dylan Mafia might have been a little off base with his exit of the SEC plan, but he is on base. He is on base like Freddie Freeman when it comes to y'all, well, you being trifling. Tremel says, Daytona got y'all on speaker making a sandwich. Sounds like you doing something a little bit in the background.
What's new?
You always got some noise in the background. Just sit still. Scott Williamson in Jacksonville says Vols got to get over 32 because by God, my Vols by 50. Volstorm says CFLB. That is cock for a little bit for Monterio Harsey, who is the running backs coach at South Carolina. Vol Candace says we scored 24 against Alabama, had an opportunity to score more. I believe we scored 32 or more. Touchdown.
Well, you know the sweet part of Tennessee winning this game, aside from Tennessee dominating them once again and Tennessee just simply winning an SEC football game, the underrated part of a Tennessee win that has not been discussed this week is truly ruining Kentucky's season. Because we can think that they're overrated, we can think that they're bad, we can think that they're good, we can think whatever about them. The fact is that they're still 6-2, and if they win out, they're going 10-2 and maybe to a Sugar Bowl. Ugh. And it goes down as one of the best Kentucky football seasons of all time. Tennessee can ruin that. Remember how annoyed we were with Tennessee when it lost to South Carolina and Vanderbilt to not go to the Sugar Bowl?
In 2016, yeah.
Wasted opportunity.
It was a
That's
waste.
how Kentucky fans will feel about this football season. And how glorious would it be for Tennessee to take a dagger and stick it right in the heart.
Damn, man, you gonna break something in
Kentucky
here.
fans. Right in the heart of Matt Jones. Make him go crying back to that McDonald's drive-through lady.
You gotta give brother a warning, man. I was that first one kind of scared me.
It would be so glorious just to ruin their season, because we talk about the schedule. It has been easy. Like SEC schedule-wise, it has been easy for Kentucky. And Kentucky fans are already upset about losing to Mississippi State because they expected to lose to Georgia, but a loss to Mississippi State, a loss to Tennessee after you started 6-1. And Mississippi State and Tennessee are solid football teams, but they're not world beaters. They're not games Kentucky can't win. And for Kentucky to get out to a 6-1 start, you beat LSU, you beat Florida, and then you couldn't take care of business the rest of the way with a relatively easy SEC schedule. Oh, it would be crushing. It'd be heartbreaking. They would all turn their attention to basketball. It would be so glorious to just ruin their season right then and there because they would still go on to – if they lose to Tennessee, I think they'll beat Louisville. And then they also play Vandy and, like, New Mexico State. They'll win those three, in my opinion. So even if they beat Tennessee, they'll still go 9-3, which by Kentucky football standards is really good. But it won't feel really good to those Kentucky football fans because they still lost to Tennessee, a team that they hate probably more than anybody, maybe Louisville.
Yeah, it's Louisville in basketball and Tennessee in football.
Right. So for that to, like, ruin their season and make them feel like 9-3 is a bad season for them when it should always be celebrated at Kentucky, it would be glorious.
In 2018, the 2018 season, this was the year that Kentucky won 10 games. 2018, Kentucky won 10 games. They were 10-3. And Ben, my friend, that is a great year.
Yes.
For anyone actually outside of, Georgia, Alabama, Clemson before this year, Oklahoma, Ohio State. Like, we understand, kind of what their expectations are right now. But a double-digit win for anyone outside of those teams, man, right now, people will be doing backflips for. Well, Kentucky went 10-3.
Folks, the world's first
And
fully
you would
autonomous
and you
vehicle
would
is
think
almost at the finish line.
you would think that a SEC team going and winning 10 games that they will go to a really good bowl game. I mean, just an awesome bowl game. 10 wins? And no disrespect to this bowl at all, because this is a good bowl. And we've been there, and I would love to go here for my team. But we know how bowl games go and how teams are selected. It's based on partly your record, but partly your fan base and the participation that you get from the fan base and how well they travel. Ben, Kentucky went 10-3 in 2018. You know what bowl they went to? The Citrus Bowl. The Citrus Bowl.
Did you know you can't spell citrus without UT?
Hey, man, I can't wait to go to the Citrus Bowl this year. I don't think it's going to happen, but, like, that just shows you that if Tennessee goes and wins 10 games, they're not going to the Citrus Bowl. They'll go somewhere different.
Well, didn't Kentucky win its 10th game in the Citrus Bowl? Is
You're right. You know what? You're right. They won 9 games that year and won their 10th game against Penn State in the Citrus Bowl. That is right. But my point is, it goes to show that Kentucky's best year in forever, they just went to the Citrus Bowl. And you are right, Ben. You have an opportunity right now, tomorrow, if you are Tennessee, to change the narrative. Oh, yeah, you lost to Georgia. Everyone's supposed to lose to Georgia, right? And the only loss that would be embarrassing for Kentucky would be Mississippi State. But, you slip up. You slip up. It was a road game. You slip up. But what can you say about a Tennessee team that had 30 guys leave the program, plus transfer portal, that's been the laughingstock of college football from a national standpoint? And I know people don't want to hear that, but listen, I'm going to keep it real. It's been that way for last couple years. dating back to the Shiano stuff, and then the stuff that happened a couple weeks ago at Ole Miss, and then the coaching fiasco, and then firing Pruitt and the investigation. Like, guys, it just is what it is. You got to embrace it and just try to change the narrative by going out there and winning and getting better. But what can Kentucky fans say if you lose to a 4-4 football team that took a bunch of transfers and a coach from Central Florida in his first year on the road goes in and beats you? Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt that pride right there. So you're right, Ben. This is a great opportunity. Great opportunity for Tennessee to put the dagger right through the heart. Come on, Ben. You're going to break something, man. You're going to break something, man.
Break this table for my fist.
I'm going to have to call Office Furniture Outfitters, man. Get a new table, man. You're too aggressive, Ben. All right, who's on the phone?
Turkey Man.
Turkey Man, good morning.
Morning, individuals.
Good morning, sir.
You guys have a good weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good weekend.
I'm excited about listening to you guys on instead of having to listen to whoever's going to be announcing it.
Beth Mowens and Dawn Davenport.
Listen, this is what we're not going to do. We are not going to slander or throw any shade towards this crew on ESPN2, Beth Mowens, Kurt Morrison, and Dawn Davenport, because they do a good job. And Beth is good. I like Beth Mowens. We ain't doing that. She's good. She does a good job. And I like Kirk, too. And Don's awesome. So you watch the
Who's
broadcast.
Gonna be the officials?
Huh? The
Who's
officials?
Gonna be the officials?
Don't know.
Did you see
They're
that?
gonna suck though. I know that.
I've got an echo coming back. I hate that when you're on the phone and say one word and it comes right back at you.
Well, maybe, hey, hang up and call us back if you need to, Turkey Man. Maybe you got the app playing somewhere, or you got the show playing somewhere.
Well, I may do that now, but
Okay.
it cleared up right this minute. I'm gonna be quick.
Okay.
Yesterday, I was running through yesterday afternoon on the SEC network and happened to see, I think it's called SEC Now or something like that. And I flipped it over, and they had Alabama players and they had Ole Miss players, and they're talking about Lane Kiffin's whistle. And I heard a caller or somebody on Twitter or something was talking about during the Ole Miss game, kept hearing vert whistles going off. Well, I learned on that by watching that during the game, if Lane wants to change the play or he wants to swap in what they're going to run, he whistles, and that whistle can be heard by them apparently in crowd noises. And so, if he can do that, I think that's supposed to be illegal. But that makes sense of some of the things that happened during that Ole Miss game that we thought a whistle was blown. And I was wondering if that's something that you've seen. If not, you ought to look it up. It was a run yesterday about before the Feinbaum come on. I was flipping through pages on the channel on TV. But anyhow, just something I don't know if you heard or seen or anything. Also, the temperature or anything like that, do you think we'll take the ball first if we win the toss, or do you think we'll defer to the second half if we get the toss?
Yeah, Turkey Man, I don't know what you do. I think in most cases you want to defer to the second half if you win the coin toss.
That's what they'll do. They've done it all year.
I mean, that's what
when
I would do.
they win the toss, they defer.
That's what I would do. Yeah, I would do that. Give me the ball in the third quarter, first possession, after I've made some adjustments and I get into the flow of the game. You know, getting the ball first puts a lot of pressure on you because you just never know what new wrinkle you're going to see from the other side. And if you score, it's great, right? Because, you know, you have, especially on the road for Tennessee, you've, silenced that crowd. You had the momentum. But, man, if you don't drive the ball, at least put up points, you're going to put the crowd in the game. And it's going to be, be a little bit harder for you. So I would always defer to the second half if I won the toss. Shoefish says that Beth Mowins is annoying. But who do y'all like?
Nobody.
I mean, I'm trying to what announcer do you like? Give me your best play-by-play announcer that you like, and then give me your best analyst. And this is college football. Give me your best play-by-play in college football, and then give me your best analyst, and then give me your best reporter. If you had to make like a super team of
Tom Hart, Kirk Herbstreit, Cole Kubelik.
That's your three?
That's my three. But I'm sure there's before the top of the hour plays in 4 minutes and 2 seconds, somebody will talk about how they don't like Cole Kubelik or don't like Kirk Herbstreit or don't like Tom Hart. Sure as hell ain't Greg McElroy.
Oh, man. Southern Middle Vol says touchdown that Tennessee will score over 32 points, and it'll be 38-21. I'm not saying Tennessee will score 32 points. I'm saying 32 or more because the season high versus Kentucky was Mississippi State last week when they scored 31. So I'm not saying Tennessee will score 32, and we have to figure out how that divides into
That's what I heard.
four. No, that's not what I said, man. I got selective hearing. I didn't get a Q-tip.
You just need to explain
32 or more. I said that, man.
How can Tennessee get to 32?
No,
How many
y'all
points
be
each
listening.
quarter does it take to get to 32?
Y'all don't be listening, man. Y'all don't be listening. I watched the Michigan State game last weekend, and Gus Johnson was good, but he get hype.
That's why I love Gus.
But I thought it was like a touchdown. I was like, Gus, that was like a 4-yard run. Whoa, boy!
I love Gus. We would not slander Gus on this program.
Listen, I love Gus. I'm just saying that I was barely paying attention, and I heard him get excited. Whoa, man! I was like, yo, that's like a 5-yard catch.
Well, the funny one.
You got me all excited for that. Got me flipping, turning around, trying to pay attention. I was like, you tricking me, Gus. Let me know when something really happened. That's all I'm saying, man. And Joe Test does that to me too.
I like the excitement.
Joe Test, there's a ball that's thrown in the air, and Joe's like, "Ooh, incomplete." Oh man, you got me all excited.
NFL people hated it too. That's why he's not in the NFL anymore. The NFL people hated it.
Like you got to be excited, but you can't be too excited.
Nah, in college, you need that in college football. That look, the voice of the Vols. That's what people wish he did, and why he catches flack so much. Because he doesn't get excited.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is an example. Y'all don't be listening, and you the ringleader, Ben. You the ringleader of not listening. Mike and JC. I hate to use your example here. I'm not picking on you, Mike.
Sounds like you are.
But Mike says Joe Test, Charles Davis, Cole Kubelik. See what I'm talking about? Charles Davis does NFL games. The question is college.
You didn't specify.
No, I did specify. If you didn't hear that proves my point. You don't listen.
I did not. I honestly did not hear you. I just assumed you were talking about college.
You don't listen, man.
But do you know for a fact that you said college?
For a fact.
We're going to have to check the replay here in a minute.
You better check the tape.
We will have to. Another guy that I really like, and he does do college, so you can't stub my toe on this one. Dan Orlovsky. I could listen to Dan Orlovsky break down football all day long.
I like Dan. Nelson, I ain't reading this, Nelson, because I know you being sarcastic, Nelson. I know you being sarcastic. Nelson. Volstorm says Sean Madonna, Todd Blackledge, and Cole Kubelik. That's his three.
I like Todd Blackledge a lot.
Yeah.
Sean McDonough, indifferent. I don't dislike him.
Yeah. And he did. I mean, he was doing NFL games. He did Monday Night Football with Gruden.
I do like Greg McElroy when he is just simply breaking down football. It's all the extra corniness that I do not like. I think he is very corny. Oh, I was real proud of the way Tennessee ran the football. No, you weren't. Shut up.
Ben, we know you don't like Greg McElroy. We know.
I do enjoy Greg's commentary on football. I do. I'm being a little over the top and playing the radio. I do like Greg in general. I was not a fan of the Alabama game stuff that was mentioned on this show. But
yeah,
I do think Greg does a really good job in all seriousness.
I like listening to Greg call every game except for Alabama-Tennessee game.
Yes.
Every other game.
Yes.
Every other game. Man, Greg McElroy is awesome.
I mean,
it's not awesome to me when Alabama is playing Tennessee.
No, but it would be awesome if we subbed in Jonathan Crompton for Greg McElroy on that broadcast, or you.
No, man, I don't even know why people are excited about, Volcast.
I don't either. How you gonna watch the game while you got Swain in your ear?
Nah, man, I don't know why people want that at all.
Seems like a bad experience to me.
But we're gonna do it, and we'll see how it goes. We're gonna
it'll
have
be awesome.
fun. We'll have fun doing it, man.
It's unique.
Yeah, very, very unique. We'll get to text box, phone calls after this.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to nobodytrashestennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA. Word, peace out. Is that still a thing? Am I being too cool for the school kids? Just asking.
Low T Center now offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month, self-pay, or is covered by most health insurance. And they ship directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Daddy and Barbecue. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. It is time for Around the SEC. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Okay, Ben, what you got, man?
Real quick, before we talk about the games this weekend, need to head down to Athens to talk about an unfortunate, serious situation. Georgia linebacker Adam Anderson, one of their better players on defense, a potential first-round pick. He is under police investigation following a rape allegation. This article is on The Athletic and was reported by Seth Emerson of The Athletic, who covers Georgia. But Georgia senior linebacker Adam Anderson is being investigated by Athens Clark Police after an allegation of rape, according to an incident report released Thursday. No arrest has been made, according to Public Information Officer Sean Barnett, who said the investigation is ongoing. According to the report, a 21-year-old woman told police that she went to a residence sometime after midnight, October 29th, after having some drinks, and awoke to Anderson. I'll leave it at that. She stated that the act was not consensual, and she was able to leave the residence. Anderson, the team's leader in sacks, was not at practice earlier this week at Georgia, a source told The Athletic. His attorney said in a statement Thursday evening that Anderson, quote, denies in the strongest terms possible the allegations of sexual misconduct. Kirby Smart said in a statement on Thursday that the university was aware of the report and that it would cooperate fully with all law enforcement and campus protocols. The report was filed at 2:47 p.m. on October 29th, the day before Georgia played against Florida. Anderson had not been contacted at the time the incident report was filed. Anderson leads Georgia with 5 sacks this season and has started all 8 games. Native of Rome, Georgia, 5-star prospect who was second on the team in sacks last season, despite not starting any games. This year he moved into a starting role and has 32 tackles and leads the team in sacks. Georgia plays Missouri tomorrow at noon. So, really unfortunate situation there for Adam Anderson. Obviously want to allow the investigation and due process take over before rushing to judgment, but doesn't sound good for him. So, something to keep an eye on. In terms of the games this weekend, more than 4 games like last week, Swaino. Only 4 SEC games last week. We have several interesting SEC games this week. 2 noon games. I just mentioned Missouri at Georgia. Georgia 39-point favorites. Liberty at Ole Miss. That is a fascinating game in terms of storylines. Hugh Freeze returning home. Ole Miss banged up. Ole Miss already doesn't have a good defense, and now they've got to deal with Malik Willis, who is a legitimate NFL quarterback prospect.
What you talking about, Willis?
That game kicks off at 12. Ole Miss 9.5-point favorites. I like Liberty to cover in that one.
Is Willis playing or is Caden Salter playing? I saw where Salter had a big old run the other day.
Against UMass, one of the worst teams in football.
Shh.
No, he's not a Vol. Why am I going to shush? I'm not going to let these folks on social media trash Tennessee when it's his own doing that he's not at Tennessee. And the rush was against UMass, who is awful at football.
Man, I ain't arguing with you, Ben. You right. You right. What you said there.
Auburn and A&M play at 3:30 on CBS. Both teams 6-2, number 13 versus number 14. A&M 4.5. A lot of people jumping on the Auburn bandwagon after Auburn played well against Ole Miss. Are you?
Yeah, man. I got Auburn to win. I picked Auburn to win this game.
I got A&M winning. I think that defensive front for A&M is really going to give Auburn's offensive line some issues, and I'm not willing to buy into Bo Nix just yet. He's played better football, but I need some more before I completely buy in.
I'll take my picks of the SEC because I'll be sharing some content here, some clips here soon of a national digital show I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. So I've been, doing early this week, we recorded a couple episodes, and I've already picked Georgia. I've already picked Ole Miss. I've already picked Auburn, and I have already picked Arkansas. And of course, I picked Alabama to win and Tennessee.
You couldn't wait for me to get to those games?
Go for it.
I'm kidding.
My bad.
So you're taking Auburn?
I'm taking Auburn, man. I believe in what happened with Bo Nix. Him being benched, him being humbled, and the game is slowing down. He understands his purpose. The way his team is playing around him, the defense. I believe in what Brian Harsin is doing. Man,
I like him.
Outside of Kirby Smart, I mean, goodness gracious, he might be the coach of the year in the SEC. I mean, he's done a great job, especially if they win this game going into a showdown with Alabama. I mean, y'all do realize that Auburn still controls their own destiny in the SEC West. And if they beat Alabama after beating Texas A&M, they will be playing Georgia in the SEC championship game. So Auburn has quietly just done some work. They lost early to Penn State, and people kind of wrote them off. But, you know, they're good, and they're getting good play at the best time. They did lose to Penn State, and they lost to Georgia. I mean, so they're a good football team. So I got Auburn winning.
Yeah, I need to see it against A&M. If they beat A&M, then I'll buy in because, yeah, they lost to Penn State. That Penn State team isn't that great. Georgia.
Then they were. They fell off. I mean, they were right at 10th in the country at that time, but they fell off.
Fairly ranked 10th, though.
They look like a pretty good team then, but they are not now. Just like Florida was a pretty good team when they played against Alabama, and now, that Florida-South Carolina game is going to be butt booty terrible to watch.
I put Auburn as of right now. Again, if they go out and beat A&M, that'll change some things for me. But I kind of put Auburn in the same boat as Tennessee and Mississippi State.
Okay.
Solid football team who is capable of beating just about anybody and capable of losing to just about anybody. Because Arkansas is their most impressive win. I mean, I know they beat Ole Miss last week, but Ole Miss, Matt Corral's banged up playing on 2 bum ankles.
Who, Auburn?
Yes, Auburn.
Yeah. They beat
Ole Miss last week, but that Ole Miss team had an abundance of injuries on offense. Matt Corral's running around on 2 bum ankles. Their defense is bad.
They beat Arkansas a week before.
Yeah, and like I just said, I think, and it was on the road and did so convincingly, 38-23. That Arkansas win is more impressive to me than the Ole Miss win, as crazy as that sounds. But I want to see one more week of it before I'm completely willing to buy in to Auburn. But I do really like Brian Harsin. I think he's going to be really good at Auburn if Auburn's boosters stay out of the way. Speaking of Arkansas and Mississippi State, those two teams play each other. They're both 5-3. Mississippi State ranked 17th in the country. That's a 4:00 game on the SEC Network. Arkansas is 4.5. You said you're taking Arkansas?
Yeah, I'm taking Arkansas in this game.
I am too. I think Arkansas needs a get-right game. Not saying that Mississippi State's that type of opponent, but it just feels like Arkansas is due for a good performance after they lost a couple tough ones in a row.
Yeah, it's definitely you look at Arkansas and you see how they can win this game. I look at Mississippi State, and Mississippi State they've had colossal failures after big wins. They did it, last year when they beat LSU and then proceeded to stink the rest of the season. And they had a big win against a ranked opponent in Kentucky. And until they are able to win after a big win, I'm taking Arkansas. And I believe in Barry Odom. I believe in Sam Pittman.
Kendall Briles.
Exactly. Traylon Burks, KJ Jefferson.
Some real weapons on offense.
Yeah. So I'm taking that Arkansas team. I don't think we get the Arkansas that beat Texas, but I also don't think that we get, a bad Arkansas team at this point of the season. So I like Arkansas, who is still ranked 17th in the country, still a good football team. And don't sleep on the fact that Arkansas decided to go for 2 against Ole Miss, and that game went to overtime, and they could have won.
Or if they get the 2-point conversion, they do win.
Yeah, so one play truly determined that game. So Arkansas is a good football team. They could easily be 5-2 right now. So Yeah, I got Arkansas beating Mississippi State after Mississippi State coming off their big win against Kentucky.
I do too. Now,
And it's at home.
I do feel like this has the potential to make me look really stupid because I don't think Mississippi State's a bad team at all. I think Mississippi State's got a really good defense, and Will Rogers, one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now, not just the SEC, and that Mike Leach offense is starting to click. So it would not surprise me if State won this football game, and I could see myself Saturday at 7:30ish when this game is ending, looking at the score of that game and thinking, why did I not pick Mississippi State? I can see that happening. Alabama's going to destroy LSU.
Yep.
LSU has 12 starters out.
Yep.
They already had depth issues and guys transferring, coach fired. And there's been talk amongst the Alabama players about what LSU players did in Tuscaloosa 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
They are going to absolutely get
We ain't forget.
destroyed.
We ain't forget the year they won championship and the disrespect that was shown after they beat Alabama. Oh, yeah. Nick Saban didn't forget.
No, he.
Oh, and by the way,
did
Nick
not.
Saban did play, did coach at LSU too. So you have that storyline, that element to this rivalry, and then you had Alabama players, feeling disrespected after LSU beat them the last time at Alabama when LSU won that championship. So, oh yeah, man, Alabama gonna put the slap down on LSU.
Yeah, they're gonna make Coach O never want to be a part of a football game again. The last non-Tennessee game we'll mention, Florida at South Carolina, 7:30. I know, 7:30 on the SEC network. Florida 18-point favorites. I took South Carolina to cover. I don't trust this Florida team. They're not good defensively. I don't like their quarterback situation whatsoever. I think they win, but I think South Carolina can hang around and at least cover the 18 points.
Yeah, I think Emory Jones gonna get a lot of the snaps, right? Because Richardson is hurt, banged up. So now Emory can go out and play. I think he's gonna play some of his. I won't say best football, but I think he'll play good football. And Carolina is just terrible. They're bad.
Terrible.
I mean, they're bad. So I got Florida winning this game. The covering, why not? They'll cover.
That's a game that I could care
I
less
don't.
about.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it.
What about the most important game of the week? Tennessee at number 18,
Yes, sir.
Kentucky, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. My ESPN app is now saying that Tennessee is a point favorite.
Hey, they picked Kentucky at the beginning of the week. They listened to the Swain Event, and now they got Tennessee as a favorite. Man, they listening to us, Ben. They listening to us.
That's right. We both think Tennessee is going to win. What do you think the final score is going to be?
Oh,
it's the third hour. That time of the show.
Let me get back to you on that.
I haven't settled on a final score either.
Let me get back to you on that.
Final score, I'll say Tennessee wins 34 to score the most points on Kentucky of anybody this season.
Okay.
Georgia, how many did Georgia score?
On 31. It's 31.
So Kentucky or Georgia and Mississippi State both scored 31?
No, excuse me. Georgia scored 30 and Mississippi State scored 31.
Gotcha. I think Tennessee scores 34 to be the team that scores the most on Kentucky this season. I'll say 34. I think it's going to be a close game.
Ben, will you hurry up?
At least I'm doing this unlike you. Let me get back to you. I'll say 34-27. 34-27 Vols.
You sure? Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. I'm gonna take a break. Let's take a break, and then I got my answer for you.
Your little chicken-ish.
I ain't chicken. I got the answer, and I have an explanation that I'll tell you after the break too that will make you look silly for your little jokes. So 865-255.
52-0.
No, that's Stokes. This is 50 piece. 865-255-03. Be right back.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work from anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. I'm excited to share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
All right, you want a score prediction? I got one for you. And the reason why I waited until this segment is because, and I'll just be honest, I did a score prediction like October the 12th. I recorded a video and did a score prediction October the 12th, October 17th. And I had Tennessee 38 and Kentucky 34. I just wanted to be consistent.
But times change, right? Times change. Your opinion change when new information is presented. Your opinion change, and it can. So then I felt like Tennessee would win 38-34. Today I don't feel like Kentucky's going to score that much, to be honest. So I'm willing to go 38. I keep my Tennessee score. And then I will go 38-24. 38-24. How about that, Ben?
I like it.
So about 2 touchdowns. I'm going 38-24. That's a lot of fireworks, man. That's a lot of points. In that case, that would be the over.
Georgia didn't even score that many points. But Georgia's offense is not why Georgia is elite. I don't think Georgia's going to come in here to Neyland Stadium next Saturday and drop 40 on Tennessee.
Not 40 offensively.
No. They may have a special teams touchdown or a defensive touchdown.
Yeah.
But offensively, without any help from the defense or special teams, they're not going to come in here and put up a ton of points unless Tennessee just has a really bad day at the office. Stetson Bennett, he's a cool story and whatnot. Georgia fans love him, whatever. He's not that dynamic. I don't think he's a championship-level quarterback at all.
Stetson?
Yeah.
I mean, he's playing good right now.
10 of 19 last week for 186 yards.
No, I mean, he had
one touchdown, 2 interceptions.
He had off game. That was his only off game so far.
He's never impressed me.
Yeah, he's better than he was last year. He's better.
I think he's the same.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when it starts getting to crunch time, right?
Yes, you're right.
Against Alabama or against Auburn.
Their defense is just truly elite.
Mm-hmm.
Truly elite, and that's what's going to give Tennessee issues next week is that defensive front. But I do think it's interesting if you can truly hold Georgia around that 30-point mark, which is what Kentucky has done. It's what Florida did. What's the final score of that Georgia-Florida game? Georgia finished around 30 or so.
Yeah,
they beat the brakes off them, but they didn't put up a ton of points.
Georgia beat Florida 34-7.
Okay. And Florida gift wrapped them 2 touchdowns right before halftime.
I don't know if I would call it gift wrapped.
Well, when
Georgia kind of took it from them.
Yeah. The defense, though, is what I'm saying, is put the offense in prime position to put up points on the board, and that probably may happen against Tennessee. But my point is if Tennessee's defense can hold Georgia around that 28, 31 point mark, then what if Tennessee can get some offense going?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, I feel much better about Tennessee trying to get to 28, 30 points than I do trying to get to 40 or 50 points. And I've found Cole Kubik's the way he's viewed this game coming up very interesting, that Georgia is very good when teams try to run right at them, but that's not necessarily Tennessee's offense. It's getting it on the perimeter and stretching them out and getting them to run horizontally. And when you have a bunch of big guys moving that much, it wears them out. So I don't know. I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but
we'll talk about that next week, right?
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how that game plays out.
30 minutes. So all my people listening on the app, very, very important. I need you to participate here. Lisa called in earlier and dropped her opinion of the show name or the broadcast name, the Tennessee Gamecast, where John DeWay, former Tennessee DB, played in the league, and myself will be doing a broadcast during the Tennessee-Kentucky game, and it mimics the game, national championship game a couple of years ago called Film Room, and then also the Manning Cast. So it's a little combination of those two with the Tennessee twist, a little orange twist to it. And which one's better? Go to the app. Go to the polls. We got 30 minutes. Go to the polls. We have VFL Views, VFL Viewpoint, or is it Volcast? Which one are we rolling with?
But haven't you already rolled with Volcast? So
I mean, listen, man, I can do a little something. What happened to the poll? I think I just deleted. What happened? Let's see. Let's make sure this is on here. Oh my gosh, I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh my god.
Thin air.
I'm going to put it back. I'm going to create it one more time. Don't you love technology? 865-255-03. All right, let's take a look at the text box while I put the poll back up there. Oh man, what's going on? There we go. Landoval. That's a good idea, Landoval. Who says y'all should add some other folks in the cast as well, including Ben. Good idea, Landoval. My man, Landoval. You're right. Ben is part of the broadcast for sure. He'll be joining us at halftime.
well, it depends on if you pay my talent fee.
I got you, man. I got you. I got just shout out to Keller right there. Get you right. Get you right for the rest of your Friday.
Oh, I like this from Scott Williamson, the Beer Barrel Cast.
No, terrible.
It's not terrible. It wouldn't be good if it was something that you were doing every week, but you're not. You're just doing it for the Kentucky game. So for a one game thing, that is a really good
It's
thing.
not terrible. I know Scott. I'm messing with Scott. I'm picking at Scott a little bit.
A little bit or a lot?
A little bit. I had the poll. I created it. I don't know where it went, so I got to.
No, Brenton, Birmingham.
I gotta put
We
it back up there.
can't worry about beating Kentucky first. If I want to talk Georgia, I'm talking Georgia.
We're not playing, Brent.
No, I just thinking out loud, and I said I realize that Kentucky is this week, but I'm just curious to see how that plays out next week. Because I do not think Georgia is very dynamic offensively. They just have big dudes and can run it down your throat.
Well, the conversation went that way because we're talking about the points that Tennessee possibly can score against Kentucky. And Georgia scored 30, and then Mississippi State has scored, they scored 31 last week. Can Tennessee top that and score 32 plus? Well, that was a question for touchdown turnover. We gave our score predictions, and you have Tennessee 34, Kentucky 27, and I have Tennessee 38-24. So look at this poll back here on the text box. On the app, and during the break, give it a vote. Give it a vote. Going VFL Viewpoints, VFL Views, or we going Volcast? Which one is better? Which one is better? Depending on your responses will determine if anything has changed. I don't have a lot going on Friday. I can change that. I can do that for the people. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service.
JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com. Hey, it's Men's Health Month, so make sure to get all your levels tested with a comprehensive annual health assessment at Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness. Low T Center now offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month, self-pay, or is covered by most health insurance, and they ship directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Hoes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. And it's time for Attaboy. That is brought to you by Iris Networks, specializing in high-quality fiber internet and voice. Business owners, you can benefit from 90 days of no payment when you join Iris Networks. Their website is irisnetworksusa.com. All right, Ben, let's highlight some positivity. Let's highlight some feel-good stories. Let's highlight some good stuff, man. Just good stuff. What you got?
We like good stuff.
Give us the good stuff.
Over here, I have 2 things that I would like to mention. I want to give an attaboy to Buster Posey, the catcher for the San Francisco Giants, who announced that he is retiring. Buster Posey is retiring, and what a career he had. Just incredible. He was an MVP, 3-time World Series champion when the Giants would win seemingly every other year, literally. Just incredible baseball player, and seemed like a good dude too. 7-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion, NL MVP, NL Rookie of the Year, Gold Glove Award winner, 4-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 2-time Wilson Defensive Player of the Year Award winner, 2-time Fielding Bible Award winner, NL Hank Aaron Award winner, 2-time NL Comeback Player of the Year, NL Batting Champion, the Golden Spikes Award in college, the Dick Hauser Trophy in college while he was at Florida State. He's always been one of my favorite baseball players. So wanted to give him his flowers this morning on the show. Also want to give some huge flowers to the Tennessee soccer team because Tennessee beat Ole Miss 3-2 last night in the SEC tournament and will now play in the SEC championship game on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee ranked number 10 in soccer, Ole Miss number 21, and Tennessee took down Ole Miss in the semifinals last night. It is the first time Tennessee will be in the SEC championship game since 2008. And last night, redshirt sophomore Jada Thomas turned in her second multi-goal game in a row for Tennessee, who is now 17-2 on the season. Tennessee's third goal came by way of an own goal. Junior Lindsey Romig minded the net for Tennessee for the full 90 minutes, making 3 saves. I saw the highlight of how Tennessee won. It was 2-2 with like 4 minutes left in the match, and they kicked it towards the goal from out deep. Swain, this young lady did. She was kicking it to another girl in front of the goal, and the girl was trying to like kick it in to help with the assist. And the Ole Miss girl was boxing out the Tennessee player from trying to get to the ball. And when the Ole Miss player was boxing out the lady ball, the ball went off the Ole Miss's player's foot into the goal, and that won Tennessee the game. That stinks for that Ole Miss player. But
no, it don't. No, it don't. Because
it doesn't, because it benefited Tennessee.
It don't stink because Ole Miss soccer tried that Lane Kiffin energy on Twitter, tried to throw some shade, tried to throw a little joke in there before Tennessee played when they tweeted out yesterday at 11:08 a rundown of how people could watch the game and said no mustard necessary. This matchup got a lot of flavor. All right. You want to do that? So Tennessee came back with forgot to plug in that pesky microwave again, huh? With the popcorn emoji.
Guess so.
I love it.
Did Tennessee soccer fire back?
That's what Tennessee soccer said.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Sorry, Steve Mack is over here distracting me.
Forgot to plug in that pesky microwave again, huh? Remember the last time popcorn was mentioned before a game, or a condiment or some food was mentioned before the game? That was when Lane Kiffin told the reporters to get their popcorn ready when Alabama, not Tennessee, but Ole Miss played Alabama. And so Ole Miss tried to mimic Lane Kiffin, and the same result. Same result.
I love it.
Same result.
Well, huge add to grow to the soccer team.
That's right.
You love to see Tennessee teams winning, and if you want to see them play in the SEC championship game, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern on the SEC network. So hopefully they can. Who are they playing? They're playing Arkansas. It doesn't say it in this story that I'm reading. Let's check the schedule. They are playing Arkansas, number 5 Arkansas, who is apparently really good at soccer. So hopefully Tennessee soccer can take care of business. Before we get back to football real quick, SC Vol 247 asks, how does Zakai Ziegler's speed compare to Jordan Bones? Zakai, the freshman point guard from New York, is very fast.
He ain't Jordan Bone fast.
He ain't Jordan Bone fast.
Yeah, I think
he ain't Jordan Bone fast.
Yeah,
and in fact, I think Kennedy Chandler's faster than Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah, Jordan Bone was fast.
Elite, different type
I think he was looked upon as the fastest point guard in the country, if not like one of the top 2 or 3. Like, y'all, he was fast with the ball in his hands from baseline to baseline. Fast.
Yeah. So Zakai isn't Jordan Bone fast. Funny message real quick from Volfin85. Said he was listening to Wednesday's podcast when you were talking about the band and Sterl. I was blessed enough to go to 2 games with my wife this year. She is a Ohio State fan, and all she talks about is how Sterl gets the crowd hype, and she fell in love. Now I'm not sure I can bring her back because she kept asking, where's Sterl? I can't see him. Man, he's going to steal my lady. LOL. Love you guys. Keep doing the great things for Vol fans.
Oh, man. Sterl wouldn't do you like that. He wouldn't do you like that. Good stuff right there. official.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to NobodyTrashesTennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA. Word, peace out. Is that still a thing? Am I being too cool for the school kids? Just asking.
Stands for Knoxville Alumni. So my app users on the Apple. Now, when I go to the app and click on polls, it like routes me to the text box. But I do see the polls here being voted on. I see the numbers compiling. So I wonder if that's Droid users. For those that have the app, you're good to go. You're set. But for those that don't have it on Apple, there's some things we have to resolve with Apple to get it resubmitted back onto their store. Something that's hard to explain, and I'm not going to try to do it. It's above our pay grade, but we're getting that back on there. But anyways, the votes right now, Volcast is at 58%, and then VFL Viewpoint is at like 42. So that's the update right now. 865-255-03. Who we have? Nope, nobody on the text box.
Fall Nation was texting us some things. Pep says attaboy Swain, so you get an attaboy for Pep for some reason.
No, I think that's what he wants the broadcast name to be.
Jacob wants you to check out Matt Moscana, what he does during the game, and said that's how you need to do it, Swain. I think there's maybe some liquor, some alcohol involved with Matt.
Y'all want me to act the fool?
Yes, people do want you
why folks want me
act
to
a fool.
Be trifling. Man, I wish I had the production team that Matt Moscona have too, man. Those guys got a lot of help to be able to make their show look a certain type of way. But Matt does a great job. I ain't gonna be on here talking crazy, acting crazy. It'll be laid back. It'll be chill. We'll have a good time. It'll be informative. It'll be cool. I will warn people that there will not be a view of the game during the broadcast, because can't really like rebroadcast somebody else's broadcast. Like that's against the rules. So like when you watch ESPN, you saw the film room a couple years ago, you saw the Manning cast, like they can do that because they own that. I don't own the broadcast. ESPN owns that, so I won't be able to play the broadcast. Also, we'll be broadcasting straight on YouTube and not the other platforms, because we want to make sure that we minimize the delay as much as possible. So there will be a slight delay, and so that was always kind of the reservation before even doing it, because the app, there's a delay, video stream, there's a delay, and it's like a couple seconds. So and then I'm streaming. I don't have DirecTV or Comcast. I stream through YouTube TV now. We got a pretty good internet package over here, so it's pretty fast. So everyone watching the game together. Some people may be up 2-3 seconds behind. Some people may be 5 seconds behind. So just know that going into it.
Riley Vol says that he can't believe you won't buy the broadcast for the fans.
What? He can't believe what?
That you won't buy the broadcast for the fans.
No, man. I've got a couple $1 million laying around. I'm sorry.
Vol
can't buy ESPN today.
Candace wants to know if there's an update on the fundraising.
Yeah, there's definitely an update. $88,245.
Nice.
$88,245. We are creeping up on our goal of $102,455. So that is an update on the Volunteer Spirit Fund for Children's Hospital. Remember, all of the money, 100%, goes to the Children's Hospital. And there's so many people listening that either have an experience with Children's or know someone that has had an experience with Children's Hospital. This is an awesome cause to donate to. We appreciate everyone that has already donated. There was over 2,300 people that have donated so far. It seems like everyone who donated also shared it, because there's 2,300 shares on here. 3,000 people are following. So really appreciate everyone not only donating but sharing it, which is equally as important. So continue to share it. If you have not donated, we appreciate anything. Anything helps, and it adds up. So we just wanted to make sure that we are able to deliver this check of $102,455. And I'm totally fine with the fast start and where we are right now, because at the end of the day, there's going to be some families positively impacted while they're going through one of the worst times of their life, seeing their kid ill and fighting for their lives. And so if we can provide some type of support, some comfort, some assistance, this is what it's all about. So continue to share it, and we'll get there. We will get there. Let's go back to the phones. And who do we have?
Volstorm.
Volstorm, what's up, man? Let me you got the volume down?
I got the volume down.
All right. Volstorm.
Guys, I just proved it's possible to go through a McDonald's drive-through without cussing out the attendant, Matt
Jones. Good job, man. Good job for your manners. I didn't know you had them, but you do.
You know, I woke up, came out of my hotel room in Nashville, and the wind must be blowing from north to south today, because I could smell the mess being cooked up in Kentucky to get ready for tomorrow night's game.
You are not right.
No comment, just laughs.
This is the time of the year. You know, they're going to get their breathing treatments for the black lung. They're stocking up on the lotto tickets. They got their Marlboros ready to go. But sadly, they're going to be disappointed again, because they're Kentucky. And Kentucky to Tennessee is what Tennessee is to Florida.
Yep.
It might happen every once in a while, but most of the time it ain't.
I don't know whether to feel good or bad about that comment.
Yeah, you didn't have to mention that.
Hey, Volstorm, the crazy thing is, like, Kentucky fans are so confident. They're so confident in this game. And you know they're not football fans, because if they were real football fans and, you know, stewards of the game, they would understand that their team this is not a good matchup for their team. Like, X's and O's wise, this favors Tennessee, which is why the line has shifted all the way from Kentucky by 4 to Tennessee by 1. But
Do you expect a bunch of basketball fans to understand football?
No.
Okay, then.
They're looking at us like we have looked at them since we started playing football. Since we started this series between, you know, with them. I think it's hilarious. I love that they have that type of energy and confidence.
Yeah, it makes it that much sweeter when we win tomorrow night.
I know, right? And we better win.
Yeah, we better. I don't see Kentucky scoring more than 20 points in this.
I don't either, man. I don't either. I don't
Why'd you
either.
pick them to score more than 20 points?
Because it's Tennessee. And whatever you don't expect, the other thing will happen.
Not just that it's Tennessee, but Kentucky just doesn't have that kind of firepower.
Yeah, but it's Tennessee. What we don't expect to happen usually happens.
Not with Kentucky.
I think
Dear
we'll win. But like when you watch Kentucky play last week, and you're like, oh my God, how they gonna score any points? They'll find a way to score some tomorrow. It'll be different.
Granted, it's going to be better. You know, they're going to put out a better performance than they did last week, but that don't mean they're going to win.
Yeah.
What's your score prediction?
Tennessee wins. That's all you need to know.
Nope. You want to criticize our score predictions? What's yours?
No, I just criticize you.
You haven't done that yet.
That sounds fun.
You're gonna junk up the Bump and Run podcast tomorrow.
Bump and Run? What are you talking about? This ain't no
Bump and Run.
No, is that your way
Wade
of
is Bump and you're Run. Bump and Run.
Is that your way of trying
That's a terrible name.
Tell us your opinion of the broadcast name? That was real subtle, Ballstorm. that was real subtle, man. That was real subtle.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want to. I'm calling it Bump and Run.
You call it what you want to. Just
This
make
isn't
sure
a
you there.
NASCAR podcast.
Just make sure you there.
How much Crown Royal will be flowing through the Swain household tomorrow night?
A zero. I don't have any.
No, he's moved on to this new tequila that he has found.
Tequila?
Yeah,
I thought you drank dark liquor.
Well, this is dark.
Oh.
Yeah, man. It's smooth. And
Yeah, put the FCC to bed tomorrow night, baby.
yeah, I ain't gonna be acting a fool now. But I was over at Mark Nelson Denim being fitted for my sports jacket a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Hey, would you want something to drink?" I was like, "What do you have?" I thought I was gonna get a little water, a little Powerade, Gatorade, something like that. They were like, "No, if you got, you want a shot of tequila? It's real good, real smooth." And I was like, I don't know. Yeah, sure. And they poured me a little shot. I drank it. I was like, yo, this is smooth. This is good. Where is this? And like, it's not sold in any stores here. You have to like get on the website and order it. So I did, and man, it's good. So that's what I'll be sipping on during the game.
Guys, before I go, deep down inside, the Kentucky fans want Tennessee to hurry up and end their season so that way they can use all their Kroger fuel points to go to basketball practice. Steven!
Love it. That was one of Ballstorm's best calls. Best calls. Of the week.
I disagree. I thought it was trash.
You gotta give a man his props when he deserves those props.
What does he deserve props for?
People like the Volcast name better, so it was a good attempt. I kind of like VFL viewpoint. It's pretty cool. But the vote is the vote.
Where's my shot of tequila that you promised me like 2 hours ago?
Oh, you want it? All right, give me a second. I'll pour you some.
We only got 3 minutes left. So.
No, we don't. We not on a time restriction band.
I guess you're right.
We do our thing. Hold on. You give me a second. I got you.
Okay. Give me a second.
I got you.
He's got me. I already got plenty of hair on my chest. Riley Vol, how do y'all feel about Wake Forest, UNC, and Sparty 3-point favorites? I like Michigan State. Wake Forest, North Carolina. I think Wake Forest is obviously a better football team than North Carolina. North Carolina very disappointing this year, but it just kind of feels like Wake is due for a loss, and North Carolina's at home, so I'll go with the upset there. And plus, they still have Sam Howell. Kyle and Smyrna, have y'all touched on the Henry Ruggs situation? We touched on it a little bit yesterday towards the end of the show, if I remember correctly. Just a really tragic and sad situation for all involved. Obviously, the young lady passing away and an animal as well. And Henry Ruggs' life is over with. He'll have to serve a pretty good sentencing in prison. So I do feel grace, and my heart hurts for his family as well, because his life is ruined as well. Kevin Houston says Tennessee 42, Kentucky 10. So Kevin says 42-10. Vows. Swain's returned with his
turn
jokes.
up. You trying to turn up, man? On a Friday?
Oh yeah.
What time is it? It's 5 o'clock.
9:59. It's got a 5 in it.
It got a 5 in it. That's right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. Have to rinse the cups out, man, because I don't be doing this a lot. I'm not DR-Vol. I'm not an alcoholic. All right. There's your cup, my friend. We're gonna be we're going to celebrate a Big Orange win, but we're going to do it now.
Okay.
We're going to do it right now.
Can we also do it on Monday?
I'm going to be on remote. I can't do it Monday.
I get here early enough. I'm just kidding.
So, listen, this is good tequila. It's dark. I don't even know the name of it. It don't really matter. It's good. I can't even pronounce it. It doesn't matter.
Taking your word for it.
It's good, man. It's good stuff.
What? So when did you get this bottle?
We're going to celebrate.
When did you get this bottle?
When did I get this bottle? It was...
I'm setting you up, by the way. Because it's already half gone. And you just got it.
I got high tolerance. When did I get that? It was the...
Last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ole Miss week. It was the Wednesday Ole Miss. When is that? What was that, like 2 months ago?
Yeah, two months ago.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago, man. So cheers, man. Cheers to a Big Orange victory.
Big Orange dub.
Big Orange victory. You go first.
Are we taking a shot or drinking it as is?
See, it goes smooth, man. It's good. Put some hair in your chest. It's good, ain't it?
That is good.
I told you, man. Shout out to Mark Nelson Denim.
Ooh, that is good.
I told you. It's real good, man. It's amazing.
Now I see why the bottle's halfway gone and you're going at it for like a week and a half.
2 months, man. 2 months. I've had it for 2 months. Slow up, man. Slow up. It's good. Look at you. Look at you, man. Yeah, it's good. I told you, man.
I'm about to get me some.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm getting you this for Christmas.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
It's your Christmas present. Man, you too old to be trying to surprise.
No, I'm not.
Little Ben,
I'm not 30 yet.
Santa's gonna bring you something special. You open it. Oh, it's tequila. Santa brought it for you, Ben. I ain't got time for all that. Man, I'm getting you this for Christmas, all right?
All right. I'm good with it.
And Stokes. I'm getting this for you and Stokes. Y'all getting this for Christmas, all right? It's a Christmas present. Maybe something else. Who knows, man? I'm gonna hook y'all up this year, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Like y'all like family. I want to show my love and appreciation for y'all this year. That's what I'm doing. Don't give me nothing. I don't want nothing. If you don't
Cheers to a Big Orange dub and 100 rushing yards for Hendon Hooker.
Yes, sir.
And 250 through the air. Hendon Hooker, SEC Player of the Week, coming your way. Vols by 50.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it, Ben. I'm with it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wow. What a week. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.